something like this. Hit it.
The Roger Report live morning show, weekdays at 9 a.m.
Say y'all, I was on Roger's panel a few times and I couldn't take it. The heat. I got out the kitchen. It was hot. I was sweating. I had to get out.
He's Roger, and he's right.
Check this out.
We can live or die. You choose. I have spoken to you a lot of times in hatred and anger, and you have not heard me. Well, you had better hear me today. If you won't listen to me when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes, listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. But you are driving us back and you are making a Samson out of us, and we are going to pull down the pillars. And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right?
Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of the Roger Report Live, the best show on social media. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and take a moment out to hit that like button, because this is where you're going to find the best content on social media, and you don't have to worry about it because you're going to have me right here to make sure that happens. And if you've already been coming to the channel for a while, then go ahead and hit that like button, because you already know what time it is, and you know that this is where you're going to get the best content on social media. It's not a mystery to you at this point. You've seen other people do it. You've seen other people do it well. But what you have not seen is anyone do it quite the way I do it. So make sure you hit that like button. And everyone, yes, everyone, take a moment out to share the content, y'all. There are so many people who need to get great content like this. And it's just a small thing you can do to help the world be a better place. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day? Don't we want the world to be a better place? Of course we do. So share the content out. Share it through your social media. Share it through word of mouth, or even text someone's phone. But do what you got to do to help spread the word. All right, folks, today we are here with another interesting subject. Something that has been going on for a little bit that I ain't paid no attention to. So you know what? I had to get familiar, y'all. I had to get familiar. We are going to be talking about Tyler Perry and his white male accuser. Y'all, this is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be a very interesting one. You heard me. Tyler Perry and his white male accuser. Yeah, folks. Yes, folks. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Now, this ain't just gossip, y'all. This was on ABC News, which should be a respectable outlet for news. So this ain't just some gossip going on. This is some real stuff. Okay, this is some real stuff. And of course, I did put a link in the description so y'all can have a little bit of an idea of what's kind of going on around these parts. Okay, so that is there. All right. But before we go too far into this, let me first take a moment out to give credit where credit is due, because I do have some people that support this channel in a mega way. I got people who become financial contributors, and I appreciate every single one of them. And got to give props to the financial contributor, or like I like to say, the sponsor of today's stream. My main man, there I said it. He is the sponsor of today's stream. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support big time. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Okay, and let me give a few shout outs to some of the first people to check in this morning, because when I start a show, it's always great that you have a few people checking on in with you, but y'all know how it goes. Over here, there can only be one. And that one for today, my main man, Mr. Tunner Runner Roy Nail. He is what we like to call the Highlander of today's stream. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Glad to see you in the building. We got my main man, Jay Bones, in the building as well. It's good to see you, brother. Good to see you. We got Inspired Truth Broadcast in the house. What's going on, my brother? What's going on? We got a guy who helps keep some order around here. My main man, Chef Mike's Roundtable, the pit master himself, is in the building. Great to see you. Great to see you. We got superstar Jay Quick in the house. What's going on, my brother? What's going on? And the darling of the channel herself, Trust, is in the building. Okay. Yep. She sits at the cool table. It's a lot of women who want to sit at the cool table, but y'all can't necessarily do it. You can't necessarily do it. You better talk to Trust. That's all I can tell you. You better talk to Trust. You know, we got a few more out there, but shout out to Trust. Y'all, we gonna get into this, y'all. Lo and behold, I was minding my own business, minding my own business, and it was brought to my attention. You know, I'm not gonna say the unthinkable. Probably something that should have been expected. Real talk, should have been expected, but I didn't see it coming anytime soon. I say that I didn't see it coming anytime soon, but I should have. I ain't gonna even lie. I should have. Okay. I wake up. I check it out to make sure it's real, y'all, because my peeps told me. My peeps put me on. Okay, my peeps put me on. What did I have to look into? I got to look into a story about Tyler Perry himself, y'all. The billionaire black man who got rich. Okay. Oh, he got rich, y'all. He got into the billionaires club. That man got rich. And how did he do it? He put out strong content for a lot of dysfunctional black women. Yep, I'm going to say it, y'all. He put out some strong content for a lot of dysfunctional black women. And you know what? They dysfunctional man was right there with him. Let's just keep that real. They dysfunctional man was right there with him. And he catered to a dysfunctional audience. Now, you could say Tyler made content for everybody. Yeah, you could say that. You know, ain't nothing wrong with you saying that. That would be the truth. But what we also can admit, what we should be able to admit, because we were mature individuals, okay? We should be able to maturely say that Tyler Perry started an empire off the dysfunction of a lot of black women and fans of dysfunctional black women. That's simple, okay? Now, am I mad at Tyler? No, I'm not. I'm not. You know, do I like his content like that? I did see one movie I thought was good. I saw, you know, I did enjoy Acrimony. I would tell you that. I enjoyed Acrimony. And, you know, not that I'm a fan of him, but since I became a content creator, I started watching Tyler Perry movies again. Because I fell off in my personal life. Once he got to For Color Girls, I just stopped watching myself. I definitely watched him, man, because he was a black man. He was getting movies in theaters. And I'm watching him because I be supporting, you know, films by black folk, especially if you know what I'm saying? I mean, even films that star black actors. I try to support those films. You know, I go to those first before I go to something else. You know, so I rock with Tyler Perry for a good minute. But then in my personal life, I said I got to separate from Tyler Perry. But I will now watch him again because I'm a content creator. So it's a responsibility of my job as a content creator. Okay. So it is what it is. So I look into a story, and now I got to take a defensive approach for Tyler Perry. Because I try to be objective sometimes. I do. Now, Roger gonna play some favoritism here and there. But I try to be objective and I try to bring you the realest content there is. So I say, I ain't no fan of Tyler Perry like that, but I can respect the hustle. I definitely can respect the hustle. And I respect what he's been able to do. And I find out it's some lowly white man. Well, I guess I ain't gonna call him lowly. He technically is an actor. But some white man then got put on by Tyler Perry. And this man got enough nerve to sue. It's Tyler Perry, according to reports, done changed some white man's life. And what's his reward for changing this white man's life? The man sues him. The man sues him, y'all. And he ain't going for just a little piece of change. He want to make sure he's set up for life. That's what's going on. He want to definitely make sure he's set up for life while being able to just obviously throw money away. He want to be able to throw money in the trash and still be good for life. Now, you can take sides if you want. I'm pretty sure there will be plenty of people out there who gonna take his side simply due to the color of his skin. And when you think about it, why shouldn't a white man feel like he's entitled to Tyler Perry's hard-earned money? Now, granted, I know some people over here probably don't appreciate Tyler Perry like that. Okay, I'm not gonna act like that ain't a real thing over here. Okay, there's some folks out there, y'all don't really appreciate Tyler Perry like that. You don't. It is what it is. You don't. And I'm not asking you to. But what I am going to do myself is look at this as a real situation. You know, how should I handle this as a content creator? I got to be cool about this. I got to be just as strong on real things as I have been with other folks' content. So, white man named Derek Dixon, right? Derek Dixon is a complete nobody. I mean, according to the reports, y'all, a complete nobody. I'm talking about he nothing. Okay, he's nothing. Okay, he gets lucky enough to run into Tyler Perry somewhere. Tyler Perry said, "Hey, you know what? Are you an actor?" I guess he had to look. And I can see it. He got the, quote unquote chiseled white man look or whatever. You know, I'm pretty sure some white girls that are swooning over him, and things like, heck, some black women gonna swoon just because he's white. But I'm sure some legitimate white women who will quote unquote swoon over the guy. Cool. So Tyler meets him somewhere in these streets, y'all. He's just a bum in the streets. Okay? Just a bum in the streets. Tyler said, "Are you an actor?" He like, "Not right now." So maybe he was trying to be an actor. Maybe he was acting for a while and stopped, whatever the case is. But he say, "Not right now." Tyler like, "Man, you need to take my number and we can make some moves." So this is Tyler Perry putting on some random white man. That's what I want y'all to understand. Tyler Perry put on some random white man. He bumped into the white man, looked at him, said he can pull his acting thing off. Let me help this bum out. Okay. Now I'm not saying Tyler said in his mind the dude is a bum, but hey, it is what it is. Okay. But he said, "Let me help this bum out." Now I'm just kidding, y'all, because I don't know if the dude's a bum or not, but he ain't no actor at the time. We know that. He's not an actor at the time. Maybe he had some regular job. Who knows? Or, maybe he was just sitting around doing nothing, because he's an entitled white man. That is possible too. Okay. So Tyler Perry helped the bum out. Okay. And I'm really kidding about him being a bum. I don't know what his background was before Tyler put him on. Okay. I just know he wasn't no actor at the time. So maybe he had a regular job. But there's things going on here where I don't think it's too far of a stretch to assume that he may have just been an entitled white man and he literally may just been a basic bum. Maybe not homeless, but maybe he was a bum. Okay, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Now, people can say, "Man, why would you even joke like that?" Well, this guy's suing Tyler Perry for $260 million, man. $260 million. Now, that's a big amount of money. That's a big amount of money. And you know what? People can do things and they can really piss people off, and you could understand why somebody might sue them for $260 million. Because Tyler Perry's in the Billionaires Club. It is what it is, man. So you might say, what, 260 million? Man, that's a whole lot of money. But that, may just be maybe around 20. I don't know what Tyler Perry's supposedly worth. I know he's worth over $1 billion. I don't know how far over $1 billion he is. But maybe that's just a quarter, look, maybe a quarter of his money. So you want to take a quarter, about a quarter of his money? Because maybe he worth, 1.7, 1.8, maybe he worth 2 billion. I didn't actually check before the show started. Shout out to 7-9 Kali Hakate. 7-9 Kali Hakate. Good to see you in the building, brother. Good to see you in the building. But I'm just saying, for a person who's a billionaire, even $260 million is going to be a nice chunk, regardless of how many billions you have. You could have 700 billion. 260 million is not a small piece of change. It's a noticeable thing. Not that it may not affect your lifestyle, but you're going to notice $260 million going somewhere. So now the guy wants $260 million. Look at him, y'all. Look at him. Is that not an entitled white man's face? Is that not what that is? Look at him. Now, this is the thing, y'all. Tyler gave the man the job. Okay, Tyler gave the man the job. Guy obviously wanted to be an actor. If he say not yet or not right now, so obviously that's what he wanted to do. And Tyler say, look, man, I can elevate you right now. You need to give me a call. Now, it turns out, in a span of time, this white nobody ended up doing 85 episodes of a show that Tyler Perry has called The Oval. Now, I don't know how big Tyler Perry's show was, but Tyler Perry has a strong following. We all know that. Okay, he got a strong following. So this random white dude that ain't have no name got to do 85 shows of a show called The Oval. Okay, so it's normal to expect that he got a little coin in his pocket now. He got a little coin. He definitely got a taste of it. Now, I don't know what they paid the man per episode, but let's just say they paid him $5,000 an episode, $10,000 an episode, whatever the case is. He appeared 85 times. The man should have a nice piece of change. That's a good living. That's a good living. So the black man employed the white man, and the white man want to sue the man. Now, this is the thing. He's saying it's because of sexual harassment, sexual assault, sexual crimes. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Now, y'all, let's think about this realistically. Okay? Let's think about this realistically. Let me just think, what if what the white man say is true? Okay. It's always a possibility, right? Did the white man say something true? Is that how the white man got down? Okay, did he say something true? Now, what do I know about the collective of white people? Okay, they represent themselves as people who like to steal, kill, and destroy. So I ain't gonna just take the white man word for it, but I have said before in the past, for the purpose of shows, sometimes we just gonna take what they say at face value. Okay, so let's take what the white man is claiming at face value. Let's see what actually going on around here. Okay, white man say Tyler Perry met him in the street somewhere, right? White man say Tyler Perry put him on. He gave him a job. Okay, got him in a TV show. All right, that's what white man say. White man presents text messages between him and Tyler Perry. Okay, that's what he claimed. These text messages right here, this is between me and Tyler Perry. That's what the white man say. Okay. Is the white man lying? Hey, I don't know. But this is what he's saying. Okay. The white man making his claims, y'all. He making his claims. All right. Now, how did these text messages kind of go down? Okay. All right. According to what was presented, they say Tyler Perry says, well, why did that photo make me jealous? You two together. Now, he's supposedly texting with this Derek Dixon guy. Okay. Derek Dixon says, ha ha, I don't know. It's just Brad. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud. That's what Tyler Perry's response. Laugh out loud. Okay. Now, Derek say he just wanted to go for a quick walk to get his steps in. And now I'm walking to Chipotle by myself. Laugh out loud. And then it says, thick Derek, get that Chipotle. Now, I don't know what that's supposed to. I mean, I know what it's supposed to mean for real. Okay. They go another text message, supposedly between Tyler Perry and this Derek guy. Okay. Derek says, I know I need to smell the roses more. Tyler Perry says, you are the rose, but you are so blocked that you refuse to be smelt or opened. Now, what the white man say back to this? That is sweet. That's what he said, y'all. That is sweet. And I'm working on it. Hashtag therapy. I'm really scared that I'm going to waste my life worrying. Now, Tyler Perry responds, been there, stopped somewhere in my late 30s, early 40s. Now, these are supposedly text messages between these guys, right? That's sweet. Just think about it. That's sweet. Am I tripping or are y'all tripping? It's the whole world tripping. Now, there's another text message where Tyler done sent him a photo. Tyler is standing there next to a jet ski in some body of water. Looks real nice, y'all. Looks real rich. Look like something rich people do. Real talk, okay? He looking real rich right there, because it looks lovely in the background. Real talk. So Tyler sends him a picture of him with the jet ski. Guy says, this Derek Dixon nobody who got put on by Tyler says, nice picture. Yeah, the water does look calm. Tyler responds, nice picture with question marks. He says, great, amazing, awesome picture. That's how Derek responds to that. Now, Tyler responds, you don't see that stud in that quote unquote nice picture? Rude. So what does the white man say? Laugh out loud. Yes, that's a stud. Now, who that white man referencing? He referencing Tyler Perry. Okay, that's who he referencing, Tyler Perry. So now, this white man who having all these kind of interactions with Tyler Perry, for some reason, this white man wants me to believe that Tyler Perry has somehow been, inappropriate with him. I'm going to say that's sweet. Real sweet as real convenient. Real convenient. Now, y'all tell me. I ain't no billionaire. Okay, I ain't no billionaire. But, billionaires, they make a lot of money. So they can throw money around a little bit here and there. They can throw a little money around here and there. Now, let's hear what the white man say about this bad relationship or Tyler Perry abusing his power as a boss, to take advantage of this frail white man. Y'all see this dude? This a grown man, y'all. Yeah, I just want y'all to notice that he is a grown man. This ain't some little girl. This ain't no frail little women be trying to come across like they super frail. This a grown man. Grown man. Now this grown man say Tyler took advantage of him. But the grown man also say Tyler put him on. Okay, billionaire owns business. His business happened to be in television production and all that good stuff, in entertainment. But billionaire owns business. Billionaire meets bum white man, or bum in comparison. Yeah, we all bums compared to some billionaire. But bum white man, okay, gives white man a job. That's what he do. He give white man a job. Now, white man is coming back and forth to work. White man driving what Tyler basically looks at as a piece of trash as far as the automobile is concerned. Okay, he driving a piece of trash. So Tyler buys the guy a car. Buys him a car. Now, they showed a picture of a Kia. But it's look like a brand new car. Interesting. Bum meets person. Person gets job by bum. Bum sees person's whip, say this whip is crap. I think you should get a new whip. Now, why would you just give some guy a new whip that you gave a job to? Because he can buy his own whip eventually, right? Now I'm thinking, you tell me, if you associated with a particular man who happens to be a billionaire, would he want his associate driving around in some piece of crap car? If y'all have some, however you want to say it, relationship going on, would you want this associate of yours to drive a piece of crap car? Now, look, y'all, I done thought about it myself, whether people disagree or not. If I win the lottery and I get me $1 billion or something, some of my closest friends, yeah, they get new cars. I'm putting them on payroll. They getting big money. And some people will say, Rod, you don't want to take care of them grown men. These is my friends. I'm going to take the same thing, the same people I did the broke stuff with, I'm taking them to do the rich stuff with. And I ain't going to give them all my money, but they going to be on payroll. I ain't finna ball and they can't kick it. I don't know about y'all. And I get it. Some people, we have these minds, we don't want to get nothing away. I get it. You worried about what happens. Something may happen bad in the future, but no. The people I've been rocking with, when I go to Paris on a Tuesday, just to come on back home, then the people that's going to do it with me, they got to be able to afford it. So I have to give them jobs that'll, take care of that. It is what it is. So I'm going to ball with the old people. Tyler in here balling with new people. Okay, he balling with new people. A new white man. So Tyler done bought this new white man some whip because Tyler thought his whip was trash. Okay, cool. It is what it is. Okay. Now, so Tyler done gave the guy a job. He done gave the guy a whip. Okay, cool. All right, the job is consistent, even in acting. There's a lot of inconsistencies with acting, but the man appeared in 85 episodes. Now the character that he plays has been shot. It's been a cliffhanger, so we don't know if he's gonna live or die. Okay. Now, if I was Tyler Perry, I'd go and kill him off. It is what it is. Okay. Okay. Now, this is the thing. White man, that was a bum, bum white man. He say he got a show that he been putting together, working on, blah, blah, blah. I guess he's trying to perfect his show. He brings it to Tyler Perry's attention. Tyler Perry encouraged the man to go after what he wants, puts the show together. Tyler said, you know what? I'll even help you out with your show. I'm going to even help you out with your show. You know what I'm going to do for you? We going to get that pilot done. We going to make your show happen. So supposedly they done did a deal where Tyler Perry now owns the rights to the show. Okay, cool. Is this realistic? Possibly. I can see this happening. I can see the white man want his show to be made. I can see all this, y'all. I can see this. Okay? I can see it. So what the problem is? Oh, I forgot to mention. Bum white man, I guess where he was living wasn't quite up to par. So what Tyler Perry do? Tyler Perry put him in the guest house, y'all. Tyler Perry put him in the guest house. That's what's going down. Tyler done put the white man in the guest house. Y'all think about this. Billionaire meets a nobody. Billionaire gives nobody a job. Billionaire buys the nobody a whip. Billionaire puts the nobody in the guest house. Okay? Billionaire says we gonna at least attempt to make something out your project. You know, the show he was working on, we gonna make an attempt to make your project a good thing, a valid thing, a real thing. Billionaire does all this. Now, y'all, supposedly, Tyler Perry made some inappropriate moves with this guy who said "that's sweet" in the text message. Tyler, you know, sending all this stuff to him, his response was "that's sweet." So now, you know, there's an accusation that Tyler got a little drunk. Tyler was drinking on something. Tyler done got in the bed with the man. Supposedly was rubbing his leg and his shoulder. And the guy supposedly didn't want that type of action. Okay, cool. Man also says that he with Tyler talking about a job. Okay. And Tyler say basically you got to be fit for this job, like fit for this job. Starts pulling down his underwear. Okay. Now look, y'all. Look. I ain't trying to be crazy with it. But I'm thinking about this stuff in a realistic standpoint, y'all. Look at the guy on your screen. This the guy who said all this happened. Does this guy look like he's a pushover? I mean, does he look like a child to you? Or does he look like a grown man? And you know what I'm gonna say? You know, and I ain't finna say that stuff about Pauls or none of that, y'all. But I'm being real. Does this man look like he out of shape? Does he look like he can't handle himself if he get into a situation? Now, I understand everybody can't truly handle themselves if something come up. I understand some people are punks out there. I get that. I get all that. Okay? I get all that. Okay? But am I supposed to believe that this grown man was quote unquote intimidated the whole time? Is that what I'm supposed to believe? Y'all, I done had a lot of bosses in my day. You know what I really don't do? Go to my boss's house. Okay. You know where I've never been? My boss's house alone. I can actually even say, y'all, I've had so many bosses that I actually went to a boss's house for an event. It was an event. But it was at his place. And I went there. You know who else was there? Other coworkers. You know what I didn't do? At no point was I with him alone. At no point was I with some boss alone. Okay? Never happened. I got my first job when I was 16. I still ain't never been caught alone in my boss's house. Okay? It ain't happened to me one time. Okay? Not one time. A lot of convenient stuff going on in this white man's story. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Black Oru Strikes. He said, this is no different from the scam that got pulled on Shannon Sharp. But what's worse is Tyler didn't even hit. Well, you know what? You know what, Black Who Strikes? You're making a strong point right there. Cause you know what I'm thinking? I'm just keeping it real, y'all. If a man ran into a woman, let's just be realistic about this. Man runs into a woman. I'm not going to even say he has to quote unquote be a billionaire. Okay, but a billionaire could much more easily afford this. But let's just say man runs into a woman. Okay. He established contact between the man and the woman, right? He established the contact, right? Now, white woman ain't necessarily doing what she want to do. Well, I ain't gonna say white. It could be any woman. It could be any woman because you could be any color of man. Okay, but you messing with some woman. Okay, you establish this contact with her. Then you establish this relationship between y'all, and then let's say you get her a job. Now you ain't even gotta work. She ain't even gotta quote unquote work for you. Let's just say you put her on with a job. You know some people, and you get her a job. You ain't even got to be no billionaire, y'all. You just know somebody, and you got ends with certain people. Hey, do me a favor. Hook my girl up. Can you give her a job? Oh, we got you, bro. We got you. No problem. Okay. No problem. Okay. Maybe she worked there for 85 weeks without a problem. This is more than a year. This is more than a year, y'all. Maybe they do 85 weeks without an issue. Okay. You take a liking to the woman. You take a liking to the woman. So you know what? You say, look, Shawty, you out here struggling. That little whip you got. Now, see, I got to at least make sure you can get to work because, I put you on. I don't want you messing up the relationship with my people who gave you the job. So you get them a whip. Okay. I don't know. You get the girl a whip. Okay. You get her a whip. Cool. Your girl ain't got no place to stay. Okay. At least not close enough to the job or not in a decent enough area, whatever the case is. Let's just say you don't necessarily get her a place. But let's say you put her on where she was able to get let's say you co-sign. Okay, she want an apartment, you know what I'm saying? A little closer to the job you help her get. She want to be in a quote unquote safe area. So you don't necessarily got the money to get her a place, but you co-sign. Okay. You help her get in a nice little apartment, man. You co-sign. Her credit terrible. You co-sign. Okay, cool. All right. You come kick it to the apartment you helped her get, and you end up naked, and you get in bed with her, and you rub on her shoulder, and you rub on her thigh. Interesting. Or y'all having a certain conversation. Okay. Well, you pull her underwear down. Let's just say you're gonna take pictures. Let's say you maybe you're a photographer or something. Okay. You're gonna take some pictures and you inquire about doing some nude photos with her. Y'all having y'all convo about it. He pulls the underwear down. She not quote unquote necessarily comfortable with that. Okay, cool. Man, this sound like somebody's girlfriend. Do y'all hear what I'm talking about? This sound like somebody's girlfriend. Okay, that's what it sound like. Now y'all can say what y'all want to say. Okay. You do all that for a woman. You expect me to believe the man can't get no draws? I ain't really buying that one, y'all. Who that wholesome out here? They buying whips, hooking people up with jobs, giving them places to live. What are we talking about? A employee, or we talking about a girlfriend? Because I'm gonna say, according to the white man's story, he sound like a girlfriend. Now, I'm not saying he was a girlfriend. Shout out to Tyler Perry. There's been a lot of accusers about Tyler Perry, his sexual orientation, and all that good stuff, y'all. All that's out there. Now, as far as I know, Tyler Perry has never confirmed that he's part of the LGBT community. But I don't care whether he is or isn't. If I listen to what the white man say, it sounds like the white man his girlfriend. If I listen to what the white man say, okay, the white man say, Tyler, my boo. If I just listen to what he ain't saying in those words, but this is what it sound like. What you do with your boo? Don't you text message stuff? Don't you laugh at stuff? Ain't there some sexual innuendos here and there? You know, you do that with your boo, okay? You know, if a man got it like that, do we give his chick a car? Yeah, it's plenty of men that got their chicks some cars. Now, most of that happens with married men, which makes more sense. But is there some guys out there who are single and they put a chick in the car before? Yeah, it's some dudes that went down that road. We know they exist. There's some dudes that went down that road. Now, if you one of them dudes, you ain't got to admit it in the chat. Don't admit it. You ain't got to say nothing about it. Okay? You ain't got to say nothing about it. Okay? Okay? All right. Do you go to your boo house sometime and you drink a little bit? Have you drunk a little too much with your boo? Had you climbed in bed with your boo? Had you pulled off your boo's underwear? If I listen to the white man, sound like the white man is Tyler Perry's girlfriend. If I listen to the white man. Now I'm gonna say this too. Now I'm pretty sure there's stuff we haven't seen to the public ain't been given everything. But y'all, did y'all ever hear Derek Dixon say stop? Did you ever hear him say stop? Because none of the exchanges we had, we got privy to. None of this. I didn't hear what Derek was tripping. Okay. I didn't hear what Derek is tripping. Now, maybe Derek is LGBT. Maybe he part of that community. I don't know. But I'm going to say this. As a straight man, I'm not going to make it unclear what I am. Okay. I'm an attractive man. I expect at some point in time, a gay person gonna shoot their shot with me too. Matter of fact, I've lived in downtown Chicago for a quick little minute, y'all. I had been hit on by men. Okay, and I know some of y'all would see that's real disgusting. You don't even understand why Roger would admit that. I get that, but I'm Roger, y'all. If a man gay, why wouldn't he hit on me? That's how you know what I'm saying. I can't roll how y'all roll. If the dude gay, why wouldn't you be attracted to me? It just makes sense. Okay. See, I ain't trying to be egotistical or nothing like that. I'm just saying, if you gay, why wouldn't you be attracted to me? The same way you should be able to look at a woman, and if she's straight, you should wonder why wouldn't she be attracted to you? That's all I'm saying. I ain't trying to be arrogant. I'm just saying, I'm all right. Okay, I'm all right in these streets. Okay. So why wouldn't a gay man be attracted to me? That don't mean he can have you. That don't mean you're going to be able to make something happen with the guy. He going after you and you a straight man. I'm not saying the guy can make something happen with you, but I would bet money you would make it clear that if a gay man was trying to, quote unquote, get it in with you, wouldn't you make it clear that you straight? Would you not do that? Because I didn't see this Derek Dixon guy say, wait, whoa, Tyler. Whoa, I'm straight. I didn't see that. Okay. I ain't see that. Okay. Shout out to Gold P. He said the Roger Report Live. I've had that happen as well. Gay dudes like straight men. And you know what? Real talk. According to what I can tell, shout out to you, Gold P, for that. I'm gonna say, yeah, they like trying to quote unquote turn people out. They like to get dudes who are straight to switch sides. Would you not make it clear that you don't swing that way if a gay man is trying to get it on with you? Would you not make that? Nowhere did Derek Dixon say, hey, bro, I'm straight. I appreciate it, but I'm straight. And y'all know these Hollywood folks got these Hollywood names. Just don't necessarily be their real names, y'all. It don't necessarily be their real names. I'm just gonna throw out there real quick. Derek Dixon. I ain't trying to say nothing about nobody else, but Derek, direct, a little close. A little close. Dix on. Just being realistic, y'all. It's Derek Dixon. Now, maybe this just happened to be the name he was given at birth. And I'm not even tripping if that's what it was. But could you see that as a porn name? Could you see that as a porn name? And then at the end of the day, this the name you want people to call you. Because when you do the acting thing, you register what name you want these folks to refer to you as. Okay, they make sure the name is clear. Ain't no other actors using it. Okay, ain't no other actors use. But this what you want people in Hollywood to call you. This is what you want the fans to call you. This is how you want to represent yourself. Derek Dix on. Now, if this was sports, this wouldn't even come up. And nobody think about this. You know what else they say about Hollywood? It's a lot of LGBT stuff going on in Hollywood. That's what the rumors are. And you want to show up with the name Derek Dix on? Is this Karate Kid? Dix on, Dix off? What we doing? Okay, now it could just happen to be his birth name. It could be, but even still, I don't know if I want to go to Hollywood with a birth name like Derek Dix on. Okay. I don't know if that's what I want to do. I ain't got that problem, but I'm not sure that I would keep that as a name that I want the world to know me as. I don't know if I would use that. I don't know. Now, y'all may say if that was your name, you would use your name proudly. I wouldn't say I would. I ain't proud of my name, but I don't necessarily want strangers in the strangers in the streets, which could end up strangers in the sheets. You know, when you promote yourself as Derek Dix on. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like to me. Do you want strangers in the streets or strangers in the sheets? With the name Dix on, okay? Okay. I mean, that's him. That's how he want to do it. You know? I ain't saying that's what he is. But I guess that's what he want to be known for. He want to be known for Dix on. Okay, cool. Nah, maybe he didn't think about it at the time, y'all. Maybe he didn't think about it at the time. But I'm gonna have a hard time believing there's some guy named Dix on didn't know what he was doing in any sexual scenario, okay? In any sexual scenario. This is a grown man, y'all. This is not a kid. Okay, this not a kid. Okay. Now, yeah, I'm making fun of his name. But if I believe your story, you sound like a girlfriend. That's all I'm saying. If I believe the story, it sounds like a girlfriend. So shout out to Kevin 3905. He say, Roger, why are you picking it? Why are you picking in Double D? You up here victim shaming. No, I'm not shaming the man. This what he proud of. We can't shame anybody who shows up in the acting world named Derek, which sounds real close to direct. Dick's on. Is this a direct message that Dick's on? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All I know, he was the white man that got put on. Okay, that's all I know. He was the white man that got put on. And according to his story, not my story, not your story, according to his story, sound like a girlfriend. Now, I'm gonna say this, y'all. If you checked out the link in the description, you heard them talking, right? Y'all heard that $42 million that came up. All right. Now the man is suing for $260 million. If they even talked about $42 million, I mean, that's a large sum of money. Even if it's a large sum of money just to make somebody go away, okay, would Tyler Perry pay that much money to make somebody go? Maybe. Okay, maybe. But now I'm going to think about this too, y'all. I'm going to think about this too. If you bring $42 million into the picture, I'm going to have some questions. Okay, I'm going to have some questions. Now, let me say this, y'all. Let me say it real quick. All right. I'm going to say, shout out to Universal UC, y'all. Shout out to Universal UC. Friday, after the show was over, he hit me in the afternoon, y'all. He hit me in the afternoon. He came through with a, excuse me, he came through with a cash out for $5. He said straight fire this week at the Roger Report live. Now, Universal UC hit the cash app. It was in the afternoon after the show was over with. He said straight fire this week, y'all. Now, that's big praise. So shout out to Universal UC. Thank you very much for that, man. I appreciate that big time. I appreciate that big time. And I do want to remind y'all, the Roger Report live, you know, that cash app is always rolling, man. The cash app is always going. I ain't got to be on air for you to hit me with the cash app, and I'll just holler at you the next day about it. Real talk. Okay. So shout out to him for Friday. He hit me up with the $5. And I appreciate that big time. Okay, real talk. Now, also shout out to how do I say this? How do I say this? Because I don't know what his name is. I don't know what his name. I'm gonna say, just in case. Well, nah, this is probably not a real name, but just in case, I'll say this. I'll just say D. D hit me, y'all. D hit me. I gotta know what you want me to say. Is that your name in the chat? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, but he hit me with $5, y'all. He hit me $5 on the Cash App side yesterday. Now, y'all know I do this Monday through Friday. The Roger Report Live is here, 9 a.m. Chicago time. Not where you happen to be. Not where you happen to be. 9 a.m. Chicago time. Okay. So if you want to give at any point, all you got to do is send to $ the Roger Report, and I got it. Appreciate that, y'all. Appreciate that. Shout out to Chef Mike's Roundtable and shout out to Gold P. Say 51 watching and only 25 likes. Y'all tripping. Okay. I done seen Gold P say a couple things about hit the like. Y'all, I mean, what's going on right here, y'all? This way too entertaining. But only 25 likes and 51 people watching. This way too entertaining. So let's get them likes up and let's get them likes up immediately, y'all. Okay, let's get the likes up immediately. This is way too good. Okay, way too good to be sitting on 25 likes with 51 people watch. Now I know it might be a hater too. I get that, but come on, the rest of y'all. The rest of y'all, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. But shout out to Afro Merch. He telling the truth, y'all. He said you could be in Milwaukee, Chicago time. And you know what? Afro Merchant, you are 1,000% correct. My brother, you 1,000% correct. And somebody might say, well, ain't no such thing as 1,000%. No, he right 10 times over. It's Chicago time. Real talk, y'all. He right 10 times over. So there is 1,000%. You got to know the context. But y'all, we got this white man out here, all right, that was struggling, okay? Struggling actor, because he couldn't even say with confidence that he was an actor when it was addressed to him. He couldn't even say it with confidence. Now, this struggling white man done got a place to live. The man done got a whip. Okay, the man then got a good paying job. I mean, I don't know what the salary was, but come on now. Y'all know that man has to be making at least like 5,000 an episode or something. Let's say he only made 2,500 an episode. Is that bad money? Okay. Cause you know, episodes normally you do an episode a week. That ain't bad money. Like this dude ain't struggling no more over Tyler Perry. Okay, he's not struggling no more. He about to get his thing done with his own show. Okay. He about to get his own thing popping. Now, why did they have a fallout? Now, I understand people want me to believe it's because Tyler was somehow being sexually inappropriate. Now, y'all done heard me say a lot of stuff about Tyler Perry in the past, but Tyler ain't never came off as no monster. Let's keep that real. Tyler ain't never came off as no monster. Tyler ain't never came off as a guy who got to take it from somebody. I don't even see his demeanor as a guy who really, you know, I mean, that's not even his demeanor as a man that he gonna take it. And Tyler a big dude. I'm not saying Tyler ain't a little dude. I don't think Tyler gonna take it from too many men. I'm just keeping it real. He's a big dude, but he don't even come off like that. Okay. I'm not saying this in any kind of disrespectful way, but I don't see Tyler Perry as a threat at all. Okay. I don't see that man as a threat at all. I'm not saying he ain't got size. He does have size. He's a big guy. But to see him as a threat, I mean, come on now. That's really, really, really stretching it. Real talk. That's really stretching it to see Tyler Perry as a threat. And then the thing is, you enacting yourself. So you in good shape, and you let the black man climb up in your bed uninvited. That's what you did as a white man, as a grown white man. As a grown white man, you let Tyler climb in your bed uninvited. Come on, man. That's all I'm saying. Come on, man. Come on. There's only so much I could just believe. But I'm gonna get back to that 42 million in a second, because now we have a guest. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a flow to Tyler's reparation. You got it, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I had an amazing weekend. How about you?
Man, it was fantastic, my brother. Fantastic.
So, did Tyler did Tyler Perry get into operation?
I mean, he ain't got none as far as I know of, but he a billionaire, so you can take that for how you want to take it.
And also, funny how that works, huh? Tyler, homeboy was struggling, and he couldn't even get him a swearer, divester, or a black woman to take care of him, because apparently they allowed to take care of dusty bum white men, but I guess Tyler beat them to the beating. Tyler was over tricking.
But, you know, he looks young. You know, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. He looks young.
All right, Tyler's out here buying cars, renting apartments. That is a major trick.
I mean, what's a little Kia to a billionaire? You know, what's the Kia to a billionaire? Yeah,
I got
what's the king to a god?
I got a question. Did he hit though?
Now, see, that's the thing. According to the reports, it's not clear that Tyler hit. It's not even clear that Tyler hit. I mean, that don't mean he did. That don't mean he didn't. Tyler has never confirmed, you know, that I know of, that he's LGBT at all. So, you know, we got some stuff that's up in the air. We got some stuff that's up in there.
Okay. But he got expensive taste. I got to give him that, you know. He skipped over the black Boosie Lords and went straight to the white Boosie milk. I mean, he got expensive taste. Y'all out here drinking 420. He's out here looking to drink Cristal. He got Cristal taste.
Well, I'm gonna say this in Tyler's defense, y'all. Now let's keep in mind he does have a son out here who he has from a relationship Well, he was with a young lady for 10 years, they reported. He's with a young lady for 10 years. He does have a son. Now, if he LGBT or whatever case is, I'm not even tripping. You're allowed to do that in America. I don't agree with that lifestyle, but you are allowed to do that in America. And that's where Tyler lives. And you know what? That's his business if that's how he want to get down. But I'm going to say this. Them rumors ain't just started about Tyler. And you at his crib. You in the guest house, right? You took a car. Tyler said your whip no good, and you took a car off that man. Okay. You can say what you want to say, but it ain't like this white man who wasn't clear. I mean, he wasn't an actor yet. Not at that moment, as he say. That means he paying attention to the acting world. You want me to believe he don't know nothing about Tyler Perry's reputation? Is that what I'm supposed to believe? You so comfortable taking money off Tyler, though. You taking whips off Tyler. You working for Tyler. You at Tyler guest house. I mean, even your own accusation it don't even sound like an accusation. It sounds like I was Tyler's girlfriend. That's what it sounds like. The accusation alone sounds like you literally was doing what you had to do to be Tyler's girlfriend. That's what it sounds like. At least to me. I'm just keeping it real. Okay. Now we got my man Gold P coming up. Gold P. You got it, my brother. You got it.
What's happening?
What's happening, my brother?
Peace to everybody. Roger. Hell, why are you talking about Tyler's escapades, man?
Am I?
I don't know. Man,
I mean, ain't no confirmation of an actual escapade.
Point taken. The escapade is,
okay. Yeah, this all in theory.
Why you talking about the pregame?
This all in theory. But if I believe what that white man said, it sound like he was trying to be a girlfriend. That's all I'm saying.
Pregame escapades, man. This pregame work. I know, Chef, man. We I know, Chef. Come on, Chef. We ain't pushing no.
Yeah, we ain't gonna push no false narratives around here.
We're not. We just talking. we just talk about pregame preambles.
I think the white man wanted to be his girlfriend. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just saying.
On the real, Roger. I've been asking the question: Did Whiskey Mike set up Tyler? Was he trying to set up Tyler for something? You know what I mean?
That could be the case. That could be. Oh, my bad. I mean, if you making more statement, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't know that this was a setup, y'all. I'm gonna say something in a minute because I don't know if it was a setup. Okay, now we got Kevin 3905 coming up too. So if somebody beat me to it, they beat me to it. But my idea is not set up at this particular point in time, because it sounds like dude want to be his girlfriend. Dude took a call off him.
Yeah.
Okay. Dude took a job off him. Dude took a place to live off him.
Right.
Sound like he want to be his girlfriend.
Yeah, but Roger, look. I mean, if we're to say that, he it seems like he might have wanted to be a girlfriend, like the side chick, because that seems like where we're at with it, right? Is that what your point is?
I'm not even saying side chick. He want to be his girlfriend.
he wanted to be a direct girlfriend.
Hey. You got a man and a woman, right?
Yeah. Yes,
man meets woman. Man help woman get a job. Yes, man let you stay at his place. Man, I ain't gonna say he buy you a car. He let you drive a car.
Right.
That's something girlfriends do.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
what happens if Tyler said, "Hey man, I'm not necessarily interested in a direct relationship like that. I just want to keep this quiet, and you can be the side chick."
Man, there ain't no other person involved. So that's what I'm saying. Dude look like he saw a target, Tyler,
Yeah,
and I
okay.
want to be Tyler's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I
Wouldn't that be
mean,
set up, though? Wouldn't that be?
if you remove that it was Derek Dix on, this sound like a girlfriend.
Roger. I'm gonna just, because I know Kev came up, I'm gonna just let it go right there. We'll come back to that.
All I'm saying is job, car, and place to live. That sound like I want to be your girlfriend. But
Roger. Go ahead.
I'm just saying what the facts are according to the white man. I'm not saying what the white man saying is true. I'm not giving him that type of credibility. But if I take his word at face value, sound like he want to be a girlfriend. But Kevin 3905, you got the flow.
Hey man, listen, man, y'all ain't gonna keep doing double D like this now, man. This don't make no sense. Man, this is a case of Me Too going too far. You got the white man out here saying he was Me Too by a black man. This is terrible, man. This is terrible. Come on, man. This dude know what's up. He just need to come on out the closet and say, "Look, man, I thought, I thought, I wanted to be in this relationship. Maybe my man got hot halitosis or something. I just couldn't. I wanted out. But come on, you suing the man, man. I'm with Roger, man. You was this dude girlfriend the whole time.
But Kev, I'm questioning, was Whiskey Mike setting him up? I know Roger says no, he wanted to be a girlfriend. There's a difference between wanting to be a girlfriend and having your own personal agenda.
I think he saw opportunity. I think
that means he would have to set him up.
I think what happened is this is jealousy. This is him wanting Tyler Perry to come out and be openly gay and be in an open relationship with him, and Tyler Perry not wanting to do that.
But wouldn't that fall under the idea that he wanted to set him up for something?
I think
I'm going in on this setup. I say it was a setup.
Bro, it sounded like he just wanted to be a girlfriend. That's what he wanted, man.
He had to set it up.
Okay, listen, it's like this here. You know this is in Atlanta, right? This is Atlanta, the home of the down low men.
Okay.
So you come into this space with this openly white gay man, right? He willing to put it out there on the line, and he living with you. He's accepting your gifts and all of that, and he's saying, "Well, damn, I'm living here. I'm living in the guest house. I'm driving your car. You're giving me money. We doing everything but telling everybody we're in a relationship." But when they walk into certain spaces, Tyler Perry want to be heterosexual for whatever his reasons are. He's a businessman. So, Tyler's telling them, "No, this ain't the right time, this, that, and the other. But, I still want to bust your back out." He feeling some kind of way.
Yeah, well.
Now I'm going to say that's great speculation. Now again, I don't know if Derek Dix has it openly come out and say, "Yeah, I don't know that," because you know why? He's a nobody. He was a nobody that Tyler put up. Now, I'm gonna say this, y'all. Remember, there was a slight discussion about $42 million, right?
Yes.
Now, if Tyler even talked about paying this man that kind of money, let's be realistic for a second, y'all. Why somebody gonna turn down $42 million? Because to me, that don't sound like a number you turn down because maybe I'm gonna get fired off the TV show. Tyler, own the rights to my show at this particular point. Ain't nothing I can really do about that. So now, I could just retire with $42 million though, and just leave this whole acting thing behind me. Am I really that passionate about it? Because at the end of the day, Tyler asked him, was he an actor? And the dude said no. Now, I'm going to say this to y'all. If somebody asks me, well, am I a content creator? You think I'm saying no? Yeah, I'm a content creator. Okay? I ain't got to be that big. You know, I ain't got 1 million subs yet. But you can't, I ain't finna tell, no, I ain't no real content creator. You out of your mind. I ain't going to say nothing like that. So what was the passion about him wanting to be an actual actor? You could just go sit down with $42 million. I'm just saying. So to turn down $42 million, I'm going to say sound like raging.
But Roger,
to me, that's no, hold on. Let me make this point.
Go ahead.
This sound like someone raging out. I'm having something going on with me and Tyler. Tyler say, look, man, I'm going to give you $42 million to go shut up and sit down. And that man said, no, I don't want that $42 million. I want stuff exposed. I want stuff to be out there. I want to have a public battle.
I want what you promised me.
No, he wants the greed sat in. I say if he can get 65 million, 100 million versus 42 million.
Bro, you could have got your show made and you probably weren't gonna make $42 million.
Well, but he's Tyler Perry.
This guy did not turn down no. He was not offered no $42 million for Tyler Perry. Y'all crazy? Y'all see how
I'm just
Tyler
saying
runs
because it
his
was mentioned.
business? And no, hold on now.
Good early to you.
Let's observe how Tyler has run his business. In what scenario was this guy gonna get $42 million out of Tyler Perry? Tyler Perry owns and controls everything he does. That's how he became so wealthy, so powerful, so quickly. He is not gonna give some $42 million to some white twink. That ain't gonna happen.
The only way a man gonna sue another man is there has to be property damage, physical damage, or it got to be a relationship.
Or
physical damage.
He didn't. You know.
I think there's one other possibility. I think there's one other possibility, and I think the same thing happened to Shannon Sharp. I think these are operatives.
Right.
I think these are paid white operatives set up to take down high post black men.
Yeah, but just like Shannon Sharp, you gotta sleep with the operative to get taken down.
Look. I did a broadcast earlier talking about Shador Sanders. Now, if you guys are familiar with Shador Sanders, he's Deion Sanders' son, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's over there in Cleveland. And I did a broadcast talking about his development because Tom Brady has said, hey, these young players, meaning players like who are premier players like Shador Sanders, is not being given the opportunity to develop in the right way. And this speaks to, the history of what has been going on with brothers. And I mean, we're looking at Tyler. Now, I'm not saying I rock with Tyler. Okay, I'm not saying that, but I am saying, historically speaking, brothers have been set up in various ways for failure. There's always somebody claiming he aggressed them. He's not paying child support. He's doing this, that, and other. Historically speaking, this has been the game book, the playbook. Now, if I'm wrong about that, then you guys tell me I'm wrong.
Well, that comes with
no. I
having
mean,
money.
to me, this guy has ops all over him. This guy has agent all over him. I don't think for a second this just casually, coincidentally came together. I think he either, and I think it happens one or two ways. Either they go in as operatives, or someone gets a hold of them and turn them into operatives. I think what happened with the girl and Shannon, she went in on just some whole shit and she got turned by somebody. Somebody approached her and laid out the scenario to her, and she said, cool. Look, when she didn't take that 20 million that he offered on the sly, to me, that wasn't about money. That was about we gonna destroy him. So we gotta get this in court. We gotta make this up. But you gonna tell me a 21-year-old girl ain't gonna take $20 million on the sly? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
No, that was about destroying Shannon. This is about destroying uh Tyler Perry. This ain't about money.
I'm with you.
This is about destroying Tyler Perry.
The setup. This is the setup.
Now I'm gonna say real quick. It was a $10 million offer. Not 20. It was a $10 million offer, but what 20-year-old
10 million.
turning that down?
You think a 21-year-old girl ain't gonna take a $10 million offer? Come on, OnlyFans, a 21-year-old OnlyFans model ain't gonna take $10 million.
Yeah,
Come on,
buy a new Kia, to go buy a new Kia.
That's an awesome observation.
All right, y'all. We got buttholes cost a lot to get in. Has come to the panel.
Here we go.
So let him get the mic. Buttholes cost a lot to get in. What say you, sir? What say you?
Salute to you, Roger. Shout out to the gentleman on the panel.
What's happening?
And first and foremost, this nigga likes dick. So let's get that understood. Now, the question is whether or not he wanted Tyler Perry's. That's on the table. Because he said, I don't have a problem shooting your shot. But when it's no, it's no. But there's a couple things I find interesting. Is that number one, why is this nigga hiding in the bathroom? Because back in my day, man, if a man touched you and you say no, that's a fight. Right? And at the end of the day, Tyler Perry is not going to put his hands on him and lose his empire. So here we see the inconsistencies to the stories on my behalf. Second thing is just that, man, what happened to the old days, man? You just blew a nigga to get ahead. I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow did it. Katie Couric did it. Everybody did it for Harvey Weinstein, right? So why should we be upset that Tyler Perry, who's a billionaire, is now exercising his power? It's the wrong way if you ask me. Be upset about that, but you know what I mean. If this nigga wanted to go the gay route, let this nigga go the gay route. But at the end of the day, what I think this is about, I mean, Black Room made a strong point. He could be an op, but what I really think what this is about, I think it's about the Sweet Cheeks nigga. He is a nobody, and he's just trying to collect some money. Bottom line, I don't know if Tyler Perry offered him anything, but at the end of the day, this nigga knows that, I've been on the chitlin circuit too long, and nobody from mainstream picked me up, and I got to get some money because I'm not finna suck this nigga's dick, and I'll pass the mic on that.
Well, I'm gonna just say, man, I've been saying off top, and which is in line with Black Guru, that this is a setup. Just like any of the other brothers, if you can't send him to jail claiming, he aggressed me, then you send him. You find some other way to do it. Destroy him socially. I'm with. That's my position with Black Guru on that.
Well, my thing is this: more than likely, the man had a relationship with Tyler. Then, he wasn't getting enough. He is an entitled white man 9 times out of 10. I'm just saying, from an American society perspective, there are white men out there who are very entitled and they don't believe they should ever have to work hard. Tyler put the man on. The guy was doing nothing when it comes to the acting world when Tyler met him. He might have felt like Tyler was doing what he was supposed to do, but it wasn't enough stuff happening quick enough. Cause he's not no star. I didn't know this dude's name until I looked into this story. Come on, man. Dick's Own is not famous for real. Okay. Tyler people know Dick's Own. But does anybody who ain't a Tyler Perry fan know anything about this Derek Dick's Own guy?
Roger.
No, nobody knows this dude. But the situation is this. Like, I don't know if it's a setup or not. I think this nigga's just finding an opportunity, right? He found an opportunity where he can get some money, and now he's going to take it.
No.
Yeah,
I think he's a white man.
That's the name of the game today. That's the name of the game today, because right now the legal system allows you to now exploit successful, powerful people.
Yeah, but
hold on, real quick.
Let me finish.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Shannon Sharp, Tiger Woods,
P. Diddy,
a couple other people. The system now allows you to, because before it was you had to be a wife to take money from a nigga, right? But now you don't need to be that anymore. Now you can be just you average Joe that have a couple of tweets, and then now that's enough for the law to say, okay, yeah, we're gonna take it from you.
Okay, now all I want to say is, all right, Dick's Own is a white guy. Okay, he has access to other white men. Dick's Own is getting paid probably some decent salary, because people do say Tyler Perry is not cheap with his actors. So I'm gonna say he got to be getting at least $5,000 an episode, and he was probably doing about an episode a week. That's usual in the television world.
Well,
so he ain't broke.
Roger,
No, hold on. I mean, bro, $5,000 is nothing for a It's people that make 100-some thousand episodes.
Yes,
$5,000 ain't big for television. I'm saying it had to be at least that.
You have to think above him. Tyler Perry is a billionaire. You have to view it like you would view how gods would battle each other. They would use mortals or demigods as pawns in their cosmic game. This guy is a pawn. Somebody is above him who put him up to do this. For a man to very publicly do this and to be doing this on television, he got put to do this. He got put to do this by somebody who's trying to take down Tyler Perry.
And that, hold on, that's where I was going. He's a white man who has access to other white men. White men have access to him. They sat there, had a conversation. This what we doing. It's that simple at the end of the day. You done had this quote-unquote relationship. This what we
Tyler Perry
doing.
got his own studio. He's got legions of television shows, movies, streaming deals. Don't you all know how that is affecting the minds of white and small hat rivals of his? He's had Marvel movies filmed out. He's had Marvel movies filmed out of his studio. Don't you all know how that is impacting and influencing the industry?
Right. But see,
it's the same thing with Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was seconds away from being one of the biggest media stars in the country. Then they drag out this little white hole, and he's over with.
No, but that's kind of Shannon Sharp's fault, man. He that's kind of on him. But at the end of the day,
they all have little stink white holes. They all have everybody in that business. Everybody in that environment got a 21-year-old skank hole. He's
No,
no
no, no.
different
But
from the rest of them.
when she said no, I'm not going to do the NBA thing. He should have walked away, and he did. That is on him.
Now you're right about
that's
that.
where
That you're definitely right about.
Yeah, that
You're
was
definitely right
that was
about.
him making a mistake.
Why
But
he did that? That's crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
my overarching point is, in today's society, man, it's really easy. It's super duper easy to take down a wealthy, powerful man. It's just super duper easy.
Yeah,
because of the climate, because of the cancel culture, because of feelings over facts and all of that. It is easier than it has ever been before to take down somebody. You don't need proof anymore. You don't need proof.
Well,
especially with the advent of Me Too. And I landed there.
All right, hold on real quick.
You don't need it. You don't need evidence anymore.
All right, real quick. I'm gonna say when you're a black man, it's easy to take you down. Even when it came to Harvey Weinstein, they at least made an effort. They had a gang of women saying stuff about him. They at least made some form of an effort. What I'm saying is this white man listen to other white men who want to take Tyler down, because at the end of the day, this is all affecting people financially. Tyler Perry is big enough that he affects other people's money. And y'all know how, super elite people can be, and the rumors we hear about them. When you start messing with their money, they take an issue with that. And Tyler is messing with other people's money by earning money the fair and square way himself.
How many projects does Tyler Perry have on Netflix and Prime alone? It's got to be dozens.
No,
it's got to be
much.
40. When you do the TV and the movies, it's got to be 40 or 50 different things on there.
Hey,
you don't think there are white and small hat television and movie directors hating on him?
Most of his shit is on BET.
Hey, regardless, at the end of the day, he's the brother up top there with the elites, man.
Okay? Yeah,
no doubt about that.
At the end of the day,
and BET is a real channel that makes real money, and he's affecting.
I'm not discrediting this brother.
I'm looking at Netflix right. I'm looking at Netflix right now. I'm looking at Netflix right now. I see a dozen different items of his on Netflix.
Right. Do you think if it was a black guy?
All right, stop, y'all, stop. We got to do one at a time.
Yes, sir.
And I got another guest up, and y'all cut me off. I ain't finished one thought. But it's cool. I ain't tripping. But we got Lena who's here. She's been here before. So welcome back, Lena. I'm gonna let you chime in. All right. And now, Lena, if you want to say something, you'll make your opening statement but mute up after you're done. When you want to say something in the future, unmute and I'll make some room for you, because you ain't gonna be yelling over me and trying to get in. Okay? We're not gonna do that over here. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, go right ahead. You got a 2-minute opening statement. Say what you want to say.
I agree to a certain extent that I feel like they are trying to take Tyler Perry down regardless of his sexual preference. I just think, like some of the statements I listened to what he was saying and stuff, like if you felt that way, why didn't you just leave? It's like he was trying to avoid it, but you should have made known, like, no. If your integrity is worth more than your job. And also I feel like Tyler is messing with their money, and it could be a plant, like you were saying, because he's done a lot. He's done crossover. People just think he do BET movie. He was even getting into the animation. He did Paw Patrol, he did Star, and he also did some of Star Trek. I was looking up his movies and things. I was like, I didn't know he was behind those movies, and he's also behind Precious. So he has a lot of he is messing with a lot of money. A lot of money. He has his own studios, so he is competition. So I could see them wanting to take him down. Also, it's kind of, and in the reverse, unfortunately, Tyler Perry fell victim, but I also feel that black men do get, victimized. Like, the Me Too movement, like, I think there are like Terry Crews and other black men saying that they were making advances at them. I believe that did occur. And I think more men are less likely to come out and say, yeah, I was sexually harassed, because it's embarrassing. It's more of a stigmatism toward it. If a man was sexually harassed or if he was violated, and I understand it. So, but I'm glad that more men are coming out, especially black men that are coming out saying this happened to me, so
All right.
they can get the help they need. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I thought you was better stop, but since you said more, I stopped because it's your opening statement, and everybody get to make an open statement on this show.
And I
Now I'm
just
gonna say this. Shout out to
okay.
Roy Benson. He said this white man isn't Perry's only victim. Well, we don't know of another victim by Tyler Perry, and we don't even know if he's a victim because guess what? When we looked at those text messages, I didn't see nothing that said stop messing with me, stop talking to me like that. You make me feel uncomfortable. I'm a straight man. I'm not intimate. I ain't seen nothing like that. And where I come from, hey, a straight man ain't never had a problem expressing to a man that isn't straight that he don't swing that way.
But I don't think he's claiming to be straight, right?
No. I'm not saying he is. It's just Roy Benson made a comment saying this white man isn't Perry's only victim. We don't know any victim exists by Tyler Perry. Any. And there's nothing in those messages, whether he was down, regardless of what side he swing on, he ain't tell Tyler no at all.
Well, it's different. I don't. That's not fair.
Like, no. He didn't say Tyler has bothered him in any shape, way, or form, and none of the text messages we saw.
But your employer, but he's your employer, right? You have to, you know what I mean? You have to err on the side of caution, especially if this is the only gig you got, right?
My employer would know I am not interested in a sexual relationship with them, regardless of how I say it.
But most people are going to err on the side of caution and try to be diplomatic about it, right? So that's not fair. That's not fair.
No, it's fair because he wasn't being diplomatic about it. He just didn't never make it known that he wasn't interested. You can say something to your employer in a nice way to stop the advantage. He didn't do it.
Once you're doing sleepovers in somebody else's mansion, you're drunk and you're doing. I mean, come on, you crossed the line of employer-employee relationship at that point.
Absolutely.
I gotta call bullshit on. Yeah.
But my point is this, right? If I'm an actor and I have no other opportunities, and clearly this nigga's gay, right? So at the end of the day, it's not that I'm not attracted. Oh, okay, let me put it another way. It's not that someone like him doesn't enjoy getting split. He doesn't want Tyler to split him. It's just like if an unattractive woman, your boss is hitting on you, right? Like, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's an annoyance. It's not like it's crossing your.
Well, I think,
you know what I mean?
I think he played a game of cat and mouse, where he positioned himself to attract and provoke Tyler into doing something that would compromise himself.
No,
I'm too drunk to leave, so let me stay over in your mansion. You know, that's a cat and mouse kind of move.
But that doesn't
that's the kind of thing where you. No, I'm saying that's the kind of thing you do where you're trying to provoke something to happen. That's my point.
What?
Look, y'all. Look,
I have to agree.
Yeah, nigga, when you stay in some gay man's mansion, you trying to get fucked. What are you talking about?
Right. Hold on, real quick. Let's not forget he accepted a vehicle. Now, back in the day, if I was working,
that is whole shit. How many of you all have given a car to some guy? You only giving a car to a woman who tried to smash. Come on, man.
My nephew or
hey, I ain't even got a chick a Uber ride. Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. We got to slow it down. No. First of all, if I'm staying at your house, well, first of all, I'm never staying at your house now. I know you rocking like that. First of all,
you ain't gotta work.
If my employer, if my female employer was saying like, hey, you can stay the night. That's not me giving her invitation saying, okay, I'm gonna lick your bean tonight. That's crazy.
Bro, if that was the only thing that happened, I would hear where you coming from. The man put him on with a job, and the man we bought dude a car, man. He bought dude a car. Come on, man. We can't say he innocent and didn't know no better and all that. That's somebody trying to get the draws.
Okay, Roger. If it was your partner, right, or some acquaintance that you became good friends with, and you guys just started hanging out or whatever have you, would it be a far reach? Because the guy you hang with, he doesn't have necessarily anything, but he's become a good friend and a partner, and
bro, I put you on that work. You don't need nothing from me.
You wouldn't put him up.
No, I'm saying, bro, if I put you on that work, let's say I make it where we can work together. Yes. I'm not gonna even say I'm the boss. I make it where we can work together. I'll put you on that work, bro. Right. What more you need me to do? Yeah. I ain't bad,
we're partners, man.
Bro, I'm not finna pay your down payment on the car, and I got you. No, I'm trying to make it scalable for the regular everyday person. I'm not putting a down payment so you can buy a car, and I done put you on to a job. I'm not paying your down payment.
Right.
This is real simple for the homeboys.
If your homeboy. If you listen to this dude, you realize every damn thing this guy got, he got from Tyler Perry. What does he have that he didn't get from Tyler Perry? He got a job, he got a car, he got a name, he got an acting resume. He wasn't even an actor before he got with Perry. Everything this guy got, he got from Tyler Perry.
He was a cool dude. Right? We didn't know
he was a white man.
I didn't know this guy
was a white man.
Roger brought him up.
That's what he was. He was a white man.
He was some regular white bum.
Yeah. Regular cat, right? So that would mean that this cat was somebody. He was in the circle with Tyler somehow, indirectly or directly, and they Tyler befriended him, or he befriended Tyler, and it became cool. Now they ended up in bed together,
bro. They could have met at Trader Joe's or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
I'm with you on that.
So he was a literal nobody, but I got two other guys who done came up. So let me let them get the mic. Like, I got a third one coming up too. But the champ, you go ahead, my brother, and we'll get the other ones in after you.
Hey, what's going on, brothers? Happy Monday.
How you doing?
Good, guy.
I'm not going to be on too long, but I want you to pay, the timing of this lawsuit came at a time where Tyler Perry was in negotiations of buying BET. Now, I'm not a fan of Tyler Perry movies and everything else. I think you're bringing too much. I think you're bringing a lot of trauma to both black males and black men and black women and everything else. In my opinion, too much of it. But you have to pay attention of the timing of it because, he was in negotiations of buying BET and everything else. First it fell through, then it didn't, then it did, and everything else. And he's got a lot of shows on BET and everything else. So when I look at this lawsuit, I'm very suspicious about it and everything else. Now, he did come on out saying when Tyler Perry addressed this issue, he was kind of being a little arrogant and everything else, like nothing happened and everything else. But the one thing he needs to be very careful is to not get Harvey Weinstein or P. Diddy and everything else, because who knows? Somebody might decide to come in and say, well, he touched me inappropriate, did this to me and everything else. And then next thing you know, it's just going to be so explosive. And the media is not quite running it with the story yet. Only ABC News is only just in the lowdown. But The one thing, if it does start getting pretty explosive, then he could be he could be in trouble and everything else. He's not in trouble right now because this is just one accuser and everything else. But it could get pretty bad in the next couple months if they decide that, hey, Tyler, your time is up. It's time for you to become Harvey Weinstein or P. Diddy.
Champ,
So
he got one
I'm
more
gonna land my
scheming.
plane right here.
He got
Just
one
look,
more
just pay attention
scheming.
to the timing of.
He
Go
got
ahead,
one
Black.
scheming white fairy. He got one scheming white boy, one more scheming white boy fairy away from getting cooked.
All right, now I'm gonna say this. Look, y'all, I don't like false narratives, so we're not gonna compare Weinstein to somebody like P. Diddy. Weinstein had a lot of people coming at him. Okay, you can't really say Weinstein didn't do nothing. P. Diddy was just a freak, and they done basically convicted that man for being a freak. We don't know that he did anything really
Well,
illegal.
what did Weinstein do but give Ho's job? I don't.
Well, I
We
mean,
don't know what Weinstein did.
no. I mean, I understand that, but if their whole thing is,
If Weinstein gave Ho's Oscars, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but the thing is that they're saying Weinstein whole setup was
Yeah,
you sleep with me, then I'm going to do X, Y, and Z for you. This is different than just having freaky sex with different people. That's a whole different world.
Well,
As far as from a legal standpoint. Now the thing
you
about
basically
Weinstein
mean
is
that Weinstein did what the whole damn history of Hollywood did. Basically, that's what he was guilty of.
Well, my thing is at the end.
Like Weinstein invented the casting couch, right? Is that what we're saying?
No. What I'm saying is, Weinstein put on the table. You will give me service, and I'll give you opportunity.
No,
that was.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm asking you, did Harvey Weinstein create the casting couch? Because that's all you've described.
Yeah, I'm saying basically, yeah. From
No, he didn't.
Best I know, Harvey Weinstein is the only person there have been all these great directors and producers and whatever, and the only one of them I've ever known to get convicted of the casting couch was Harvey Weinstein.
But that's true. But my point is that's not like what P. Diddy's doing. P. Diddy was doing stuff voluntarily with people who wanted to do it. Nobody knew. Nobody was there for an alternative
everybody
motive.
who stepped to Weinstein was doing what they were doing voluntarily.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is,
they got a hell of a lot more out of it than the folks who were getting down with P. Diddy. They got a few dollars and got to run up in cases. These folks got whole careers, millions of dollars, Oscars and Emmys and all kinds of shit.
I'm not saying that didn't happen at all. What I'm saying though is people when P. Diddy was doing what he was doing, everybody had an understanding of what actually was going to happen, and everybody was fine with it.
Yeah,
what I'm saying when it comes to
I don't see how that's any different from Harvey Weinstein.
No, it is different because P. Diddy advertised it as a freak off.
I'm saying we need to call bullshit on the whole thing. So you guys cherry picking who is and is not a devil.
That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is what Weinstein did, according to what they reported, was already illegal when he did it. What P. Diddy did, nobody did anything illegal.
Well, look, man.
So that's what I'm saying. That's the only real difference. But nobody did something that was technically illegal.
I don't see what Weinstein did that was illegal. I don't see it.
Man, if the champ is correct about he wanting to buy NBC or ABC, whichever. Oh no, BT. I'm sorry, BT. Well, we remember that's out of the playbook with Bill Cosby. He wanted to buy.
Okay, those are rumors, but this is the issue.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want black men that really ain't been proven to be guilty associated with white men that have been proven to be guilty.
I'm with you.
That's not the same thing at all. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
What P
mean,
Diddy did?
technically, P. Diddy was proven guilty because he getting ready to serve a 4-year sentence.
Nah, I think
I mean, black men
that's
go
a
to prison
I
setup.
every
mean,
day
he
and they
was
don't prove
proven
guilty.
he was proven guilty. If
No.
we're saying if we're saying that a court concluded that he was guilty of a crime,
But
then he's guilty.
no, Uru. Look, historically speaking, if it was just a here and there type deal, then I can rock with you on that. But this playbook has been ran on brothers historically, and that's where we have to say, well, hold on. There's always some way to make a brother look like he did this stuff, or he
That,
did.
no, and my thing is, P Diddy didn't present anything with an alternative motive. People who associated with him came to associate with for exactly what they thought they was coming to associate him for. There was no bait and switch or anything going on with him at all. Now, I'm gonna say we can
And
do a
he
separate
still
show
got
about what
convicted.
should.
He still got convicted of the Mann Act. He still got convicted of it.
And I'm pretty sure he's gonna appeal and all this is gonna go away after a while. They're just gonna make him work for it. But I'm gonna say we can deal with what should or shouldn't be illegal on a different show. Because I don't want to change the subject of this show. So I just can't appreciate a black man that I know who got railroaded versus some white man who was doing something that he knew was already quote unquote against the books when he first started and did put in ulterior motive. There was no ulterior motive with P. Diddy at all. Nobody said anything he did there was an ulterior motive going on. It was just this what it is and this what we doing. Is you cool with it? Then get this baby oil on you and we gonna rock.
And I'm saying the problem with sanctioning witch hunts is as a black man, you set yourself up to get witch hunted. And that's why I mean I look at the let me finish. I look at the Harvey Weinstein, part of the problem is hooray, they did that to Harvey Weinstein. And I'm thinking to myself, well, damn, if they gonna do that to Harvey Weinstein, what the hell they gonna do to us? And how many brothers have been taken down since then? R. Kelly, Shannon Sharp, whatever. After that, the Harvey Weinstein thing and the Cosby thing was the pretext to all this bullshit that's happened afterwards.
I'm
that's
not
the point I'm making.
No, I get what you said, and I'm not saying it that ain't true. But my thing is and I'm not celebrating the fact that they caught him because I thought it was mess in the first place anyway. But I'll deal with that on a whole different show because you know what I'm saying. There was all type of problematic stuff with the Harvey Weinstein thing based on what I saw.
Through line from Harvey Weinstein to this Tyler Perry thing, completely analogous.
Okay. All right. Well, let me get back to the subject but we
there
will
is
get
somewhat of
into
an
that, Black.
analogy on
We
this.
will do that.
So that's something we got to pay attention to.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to run the show here. I got two other guests that came up and trying to get in. Afro Nerd Radio is back in the building. You got it, my brother.
Hey, brothers, what's up?
Hey,
good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, this is wild. Anytime I see this kind of discussion and I see how you cats were struggling, I just give up, man. When you discuss in this world, this really alternative world, it is like discussing Chinese arithmetic, I think, for cats that are just regular straight cats. And you have to be careful about even saying these things because you could be canceled at any moment. I see the brother, the champ, has a picture of why am I forgetting his name now? The great boxer.
That's Jack Johnson, isn't it?
Yeah, Jack. Yeah, thank you. I got pictures of Jack.
Should have whispered it to him.
Yeah,
Jack Johnson.
Yeah, I had it in my Jack. One of my heroes, Jack Johnson.
Yeah, Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson was clearly, as they say on the street, running those hoes, figuratively and literally. There was no question about who he was and what he was. He was to be feared. Fast forward almost 100 years now, and we're in a different world. I thought Puffy was one way, and he's kind of something else. Malcolm X famously, 60 years ago, talked about black entertainers as leaders, that's a mistake. These people are compromised, right? We know that Aaron Magruder, when he did the Boondocks, he hinted at all of this stuff 20 years ago now. You know, it was for jokes, but he was hinting at this world. He was hinting at rappers not being who they say they were. So I think for how this needs to play out for black people, because I'm just tired of trying to explain away certain things that I just don't a world I'm just unfamiliar with.
But we're talking about Tyler Perry and some white man named Dixon.
Right.
And at the end of the day, Dixon ain't even say, I don't like this attention. We don't have no information to say Dixon did not appreciate the things that Tyler Perry was getting him. He done took a job from the man. He done took a car from the man. And he done took a place to live from the man. I don't see where he's having a problem.
Well, the problem is, and I think you think I'm going off tangent. I'm speaking in general. That you're
I understand. And what I'm saying is everybody, subject of the show. If y'all don't want to talk about the subject of the show, wait till there's one you want to talk about. I'm not doing the same show every day. That is boring. And I'm not going to be boring over here at the Roger Report Live. We're going to talk about the subject of the show, which is Dixon. Now, my thing is y'all just saying general stuff. It ain't even relating it to the subject of the show. I don't care if it's not about the subject of the show. And that's not me being rude to anybody. I'm telling this to everybody. If it ain't about the subject of the show, just stay off. Come back a different day.
Well, I'll streamline it. Specifically to this case, right? I think that Tyler Perry, well, hopefully it's not true, but I'm not comfortable with angling it that this is a wider sense of he's being focused on. In other words, they're out to get him. I would want this to be the case, but there's too many of them in this world. I think there's a culture behind this. You're asking straight men to explain why this man is giving gifts to other men and sleepovers.
It's not
crazy.
about the fact that he gave him something. It's about the fact he ain't protested anything. How can this be any type of sexual misconduct when the person getting the stuff ain't protesting anything?
Well, wasn't there another brother? Well, a brother now, not a white man. There was a brother that hinted that some black billionaire in Hollywood was trying to get at him. It was another hint of a harassment thing.
Bro,
and everyone pointed to Tyler Perry.
If you don't protest something that's being given to you, then you can't say it's a problem. We supposed to take you seriously. To me, that is outright stupid for people to say there's a problem when the person receiving don't have an issue. This is not a minor. He's a grown man. We see him on the screen. This ain't no minor. This is a grown man taking stuff.
Unless there's an ulterior motive.
No, ulterior motive or not, he's still a grown man receiving stuff that he good with.
Right.
Well, if we take gender off the table, if we take gender off the table, let's do that. If we take gender off the table, why not? Why wouldn't he do what he's doing when we've seen women successfully extract
as I said earlier, it sounds like this man want to be his girlfriend.
With a motive.
If I listen to what the white man claimed, it sounds like he wants to be Tyler's girlfriend.
With a motive.
You know, and my thing is whether the motive is there or not. It sounds like you want to be his girlfriend.
I say,
no, don't say it. Don't say it. Let Shark get in. Let Shark get in. He ain't got a chance to speak.
Hey, what's happening, Shark?
Yeah, I was waiting. I was like that. I was
Shark,
like, damn, I ain't never gonna get my opening statement in. How y'all fellas doing? Happy Monday, all that good stuff. Peace to the gods.
Peace.
I gotta disagree with you, Roger. I hope you just not letting the race just, you know what I mean, cloud your judgment. Tyler Perry wanted him to be his girlfriend. That is why Tyler Perry was showering him with gifts and doing all that other stuff. It's just like, and we thinking of stuff from a heterosexual male's mind. We have seen many females on this thing talk about, oh, just because you flew me out don't mean you're supposed to be getting none. Just because you took me to dinner don't mean you're supposed to be getting none. So this gay guy was basically, he was taking all the gifts, but he wasn't planning on giving Tyler Perry some. Tyler Perry was trying to get that booty, so he was buying him all these gifts and all his treasures and all of that stuff. And that's all it is. And it's like, we black men, well, not us, but these black men get caught up with this stuff, and the other men get caught up because they don't have no dick control. The universal bullet to kill us as Supermen is pussy. We wave it in our faces and we crumble like cakes. That is why black women is running the damn community, because we ain't got no dick control. Tyler Perry ain't have dick control, and he got caught out there like Shannon Sharp, like everybody else. Point blank. I'll close my joint right there.
Now I'm gonna say this. Look, it's fine for Tyler to shoot his shot. Tyler ain't the one with the lawsuit. The white man got the lawsuit. The white man is steady taking the stuff. And at the end of the day, the white man ain't never protested anything. So you can't say he wasn't trying to be his girlfriend if he's not protesting anything. The same way I said about a woman. If you got a problem, you make it known you have one. White man ain't said nothing that relates to he got a problem with anything going on at all. This man was trying to be his girlfriend.
No, Roger, he did protest something. He protests sex. Tyler
No,
Perry
no,
tried
no.
to
He
throw
could have
that
got a
thing on him,
restraining
and he said,
order.
"I ain't giving it up." And that's why
He
we
could
at
have.
this position we at right now, with a sexual assault.
But he didn't do that. He didn't get no restraining order. He didn't do nothing. That's the whole point.
Nah,
The
he was
most he
waiting.
did,
He was waiting for the right
later
moment.
on down the road was then file something with the EEOC. That's the most he did.
He was waiting for the right moment in which, hey, look, man, the Tyler, probably did shoot his shot at him. That's how he ended up in the bed with him. And then I said to Shark Sims point, hey, look, just because you flew me out here, just because you got me that Kia, just because you got me a show or some, a job, doesn't mean I'm gonna give you this thing here. Hey.
What
But
I want to ask is why is there? Explain to me, like in the case of Cassie. Cassie was able to get $30 million reportedly out of Puffy. What is the length of bad behavior that you are accepting when it gets to the $30 million point? Like this is where Rogers is correct, and I think we need to get into this. This man accepted some degree of bad behavior, whatever he's saying is bad behavior or misconduct, up to the point you have to pay me 6, 7, 8 figures for me to go away. Why does it always have to get to this point that we can never discuss this person, male or female, your complicity in this bad behavior up until the point, like someone said earlier, especially if you're a real straight dude, someone says something to you that's cross, say, hey, bro, I don't go that way. We got to cut this. The conversation's deaded as soon as you come up to me with something weird. Now that's the Afro nerd speaking, right?
But
Anything else
that's
beyond
why
that, where you got to pay somebody $40 million to go away, is insane.
I believe the answer to your question
that's
is
why I
Tyler Perry.
mentioned that's why I mentioned earlier. You got to go back to Cosby and Weinstein. I know you don't want to talk about it, Roger, but the craziness of what we're dealing with here, the foundation for that was laid what 12 or 15 or so years ago when all that bullshit was going on, where hoes can pop up out of nowhere, make all kinds of accusations, take money, take gifts, take jobs, take promotions, everything from men, and still sue them for harassment. That's how you end up with this bullshit with Tyler Perry. It was created back then. And now you can't even question. Like this white male hoe on this TV show talking, he ain't being asked no questions about, well, did you like Tyler Perry? Did you flirt with Tyler Perry? Was there any, he's not being asked any questions about his behavior with Tyler Perry. He's just a fucking victim because Tyler Perry's a billionaire and he worked for him and he's a gay white guy. So of course we got to figure out some way how we can steal money from Tyler Perry. That was created
or
back with
shake him down.
Cosby and Weinstein.
Roger.
Uru, you're 100% correct. That was the precedent being set right there, and men
Right.
didn't push back like we should have, and this is what we got now. I agree with you 100%.
Well, only thing about that is when the playbook has been active for the longest time, meaning set up since is in the inception of brothers moving forward with things, getting themselves together and making good moves or having sound discernment. And we've seen what happens to brothers when they. This is a historical type thing.
Well,
When
my
it
thing
comes
is, I need 2 questions at least answered.
okay, go ahead.
Because the only thing the man said Tyler did wrong, he said Tyler pulled his drawers down. Now,
That's
what I really want to know, did this happen? Because they didn't make that clear. Did this happen on the same day that Tyler got in bed with you naked?
What?
So, because I want to know that you trying to claim these 2 things happened on 2 different days, but you ain't a willing participant. Because if you done pull somebody's drawers down and they had a problem with it,
It's a fight.
I know you're not gonna jump in bed with them naked on a different day.
Yeah, it's a fight, man.
That's why I said earlier it was a cat and mouse game. Tyler wanted this. He was dangling shit out to Tyler. That's what was happening. That's what was happening. It was a cat and mouse game.
Stop it, Tyler. You so
I
crazy.
bet you he was walking around Tyler with his shirt off and probably had baby oil on and bullshit like that. You know, but see, nobody. But see, because Tyler does not want to go public, really, with things, he's able to cover up and lie about his behavior while all this was going down.
That's the whole problem right there. Tyler won't go public.
I want to mention something about the history.
So nasty, Tyler.
Yeah, hold on. Afro Nerd trying to get something in.
Oh,
Yeah, just real quick, and I'll hit it and quit it. Just one quick thing about the history, and I think it's related. Ian McKellen. Now, Ian McKellen is an older actor, gay actor, who played Magneto in the X-Men thing, right?
Gandalf.
He's been right. That too.
Y'all just ruined 2 good franchises for me.
He's a hell of an actor. He is a great actor, right? But he said something during the Me Too movement, and they quickly shut him down. And mind you, again, this is a gay dude. He had said that when he was a young actor in the 60s, that he was friends with directors, and he said he saw with his own eyes that directors would be receiving like resumes or whatever that these actors send in, their whole rap sheet, and the women would have coded language in these resumes, basically telling the director that all options are open, basically saying this P is for free if I get this work. Now, when he said that, he's a gay dude saying he has no dog in that race, and the Me Too people quickly try to cancel him, quickly try to shut him down. Now, the reason why I mention that is that this world, including this man right here, these setups are kind of in the paperwork a little bit. The culture is kind of in this thing, male or female, right? And now, like what happened to Cosby and a whole list of other people, you can place a claim. You can pretend like you don't know what's up. Even in the contracts going back 60 years ago, a gay dude confirmed these people are in on this. They'll do just about anything to get put on. But now you didn't get what you're supposed to get. The quid pro quo didn't go through. The check didn't clear. And now you upset. That's what's going on here, male or female.
Listen, the playbook has been in action. We have to acknowledge the playbook. That is clear. But what we're talking about is this subject right here, whereas this guy right here, who, to Roger's question, he's getting his drawers pulled down. Is this happening the same?
That's crazy. What the hell?
No. That's the claim. That's the only 2 things that were mentioned that you could say Tyler did something wrong. Is the man said he pulled my drawers down, and he said he climbed in the bed with me one time naked and started rubbing on my shoulder and my thigh. So what? Other than that, we can't even say Tyler did anything wrong.
Right. It's an accusation.
Next topic, bring in the Instagram women with the pedicure feet and the big butts. That's what I bring me in for that conversation next time. I'm dipping, man.
But this is the subject that brothers.
I hear you, but
you know what I mean.
I
don't think Roger came with this conversation in the way of we're talking about them letter people. Is talking about a situation that brothers are subjected to in all kinds of different ways and fashions. That's where we're at
Well,
with this
well,
conversation.
we got to, you know what? We got to be more intelligent.
No, no.
Like,
This is
that's
my
what
thing.
that's the
This is
problem.
my thing. This is my thing. I
Okey-doke has always been
hold
that.
on, y'all. I'm
It's
telling
not
you,
a
I
question
don't
about our
care
intelligence.
whether a person's LGBT or not. I don't participate and I don't promote it, but it is a legal thing to do in this country. That don't make no difference, gay or straight. The man pulled somebody's drawers down, and then he hopped in the bed with the man and started rubbing on his shoulder and his leg. Those are the only two things that have been said
Brother,
that you can even suggest is a legitimate problem
right now. You speaking Chinese arithmetic to me right now. I'm going to dip on that. What this? I can't explain the unexplainable. Brothers need to.
No. The point is, those are the only two things that you can even say has a chance at being a problem. Sending text messages to a person is not a problem, especially if the other person is flirting back. There's nothing I saw in them text messages that sound real inappropriate.
I got you. I give up, man.
What Roger is saying is,
I'm out.
What Roger's saying is, if that was a woman and she was making this claim, it would be inflammatory if the woman said, I was laying in bed, even though I was at his house. He just got in the bed naked, unawares to me, and started pulling my drawers down. That would be inflammatory, bro.
Well, no. Those were two different incidents. The way he said it sounded like two different. I can't even say that happened on the same day, which is why I want clarification. Did he pull your drawers down on the same day that he hopped in bed with you?
Either one of those incidences, separate or together, would be inflammatory if we were talking about a woman. We would actually, like, imagine your boy did that to a woman, got in the bed with her naked, and she didn't know what was going on. You'd be asking your boy, hey, man, what you doing? Or if he, on a separate occasion, pulled the same woman's drawers down. How that would happen, we don't know. We still questioning that. But pull those drawers down. You'd be like, hey, bro, what you doing?
Yeah, you
So
wildin'.
Roger's asking the same thing.
He sound like he got cut.
He got cut, but I am saying if you pull my drawers down and I didn't want you to do it, why would I then be available later on for you to hop in the bed with me naked? Like I would have made a move at some point.
Well, Roger, Uru, you asking the question over and over again. Uru answered it. It's the game of cat and mouse.
Yeah.
You got to remember, it's two gay guys. It's the same thing that applies when it's just you and a female. You know what I mean? She playing cat and mouse. She gonna walk through the house with boy shorts on, a little bit of crack showing and all that crap. You know what I mean? Just trying to get you off of your dick discipline. He was able to get Tyler Perry off of his dick discipline.
Well, I'm gonna just say this whole thing. First of all, for Afro Nerd, man, hey, we just having a conversation because this is part of what we deal with as brothers. You know, it's not a conversation about, we're talking about dudes that engage in certain behaviors in that realm. You know, they do. That is a fact. But
the same thing Tyler is being accused of, a gay man could accuse any of us of the same thing.
Exactly. So the thing is, we have these conversations to help get an understanding of what our position is. To whereas Shark Sims is saying, hey, we have to engage in some level at some point of dick discipline. And which I agree to that. But the point we still are subject to things that are in the playbook. And that's what I think this conversation speaks to. We're just focused on what this guy, Whiskey Mike, is doing as far as, and what I've been saying, this is a setup. This is a setup from the start. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I view it. I mean, I don't disagree with you guys, but I kind of I'll go back to what I said, because to me it seems quite apparent that an Order 66 has been issued on successful black men, particularly those who have some high presence in media, in business. We saw it happen with Robert Smith. I view it not just, I mean, I don't care whether Perry is straight or gay or whatever. To me, this Cosby, Diddy, R. Kelly, all this shit all links together to me. It all links together. Sexuality be damned. It all links together. Because we're supposed to think of all the people in Hollywood and entertainment business and the sports business with the guy Deshaun Watson, for example. We're supposed to think of all the people, the only one getting down on some super duper freaky eeky shit are black men? Really? Is that
No,
what
but
we're supposed to believe?
Harvey Weinstein got caught up with it with not having dick
No,
discipline
no.
also.
No,
Harvey was just
Harvey
one white man. Everybody else been black.
one. Yeah. I mean, all the famous high profile people who've gone down, almost all of them have been black men.
See
Almost all of them.
okay, Uru, I
And
could
it's been very public, and it's been very extended, and it's been very intrusive. All the stuff with Diddy and the baby oil, that shit is specific and unique to black men. They don't do white men that way. Even when they
now,
take down white men, they don't do them that way.
now I could double agree with what you're saying, Uru, but I can't have sympathy for men who don't have that kind of discipline. Robert Smith, they ain't catch him with that because he had dick discipline. They had to catch him with some other shit, taxes and all of that.
Yeah,
But all of them other dudes, Diddy and
he
all of them,
lost. But
they
he
gotta have
lost.
dick
He
discipline.
and he still lost billions of dollars. He
No,
lost
I'm
Yeah.
not talking.
billions of dollars
I'm
from
not saying he
And
that
didn't,
tax
but the
fraud.
other guys
Yeah,
got caught
and
up because of dick discipline.
no. Hold on, bro. Ain't no proof Tyler hasn't been dick disciplined. What I read about
exactly.
in the text messages ain't got nothing to do with a lack of dick discipline. Nothing was in there where he couldn't control himself. That's what we know of.
He
Yeah, because
pulled the
he's not
man pants
saying
down.
he's not saying that.
All we have are these accusations from this white
Right,
fairy. How do we
right,
I
know
agree. I could
Perry
agree.
pulled down his pants? We don't know that.
right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
How do we know
Hey,
But
that?
hey,
Where's the
accusation.
videotape of that?
that's right. He didn't say
Yeah,
he aggressed him. He didn't say he aggressed him, and I put that in place of grape. You know, he didn't say that
Don't
Tyler.
say great, say sexual assault. We not idiots, man.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, come on, man. I'm trying to be sound with the.
No. I
You know,
appreciate you saying that, but I just don't want us saying grape because that sounds like idiots talk.
I
Real
say
time.
aggressed.
That bothers
I
me.
say aggressed. I don't say it. I say
Okay.
aggressed.
No. Aggressive is fine. You
Yeah,
explain it. I'm saying that was cool.
yeah.
I'm just saying that other word is just so stupid. That's
I
just
think
too
so
stupid
too.
for me.
I think so too. I say that's why I say aggressed. There's nothing that says that where it says where Whiskey Mike says Tyler aggressed him.
No, I could
I
agree.
mean, you know, aggressed mean, he took it from. He was the warrior. You know, I like you and I want you. He wasn't on that page.
And I'm gonna say, who do I actually know? I know Tyler Perry. He don't even come off as a threatening individual in no shape, way, and form. And I don't know Mr. Dick's own.
Now hold on, Roger. You're judging the actor. You're judging the actor. That have you ever met Tyler Perry in person?
No.
Well, then yeah. He every time you see them on TV, they acting. If you ain't meeting these people in person, don't go off of what you see on TV. They
Well, the
got a
white man
camera. It's
is an
lights, action,
actor.
and camera.
Well, the white man an actor. That's literally his job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even Tyler
okay,
Perry, to
but
his extent, you talking about he don't look threatening.
let's do some math. Now, Tyler Perry has been going strong for over 20 years now, probably closer to 30 years, going back to his Chitlin Circuit thing. So he's been involved with a lot of different people, a lot of different projects, a lot of different scenarios, people of all races, people on the highest. He's had people from the highest acting position to people we ain't never heard of. Now, of all that activity, of all those projects, over the 30 plus years he's been going strong, out of nowhere, some white twink started accusing him of some stuff. So who you supposed to believe? You supposed to believe that white twink or this man's whole history of his repertoire. Now, I'm not saying he has not done anything wrong. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying his actual history, his actual repertoire is much more substantial than this white guy coming out of nowhere accusing him of some nonsense.
And that's
Uru, this
all
is
I'm
not the
saying.
first. These are not the first times I've heard talks of Tyler Perry getting down like
You
this, as
heard
far
talks.
as
Which
messing
of
with
them have
gay
gone
guys and all
public?
of that.
Which of them have gone public in this way? Which of them have gone public in this way?
Afro Nerd just talked about how Aaron Magruder put the whole shit out, put the whole thing out there.
Aaron
And
Magruder
and
never
I've been
went
heard
public and
stories of
said
Tyler Perry getting on his get down.
Look, man.
No, he's talking about an episode that was a comedy thing from his show, The Boondocks, which was a great show. But at the end of the day, even Aaron Gruden didn't come out and publicly say, no, Tyler is out here taking advantage of people. He's a gay man and he's doing gay stuff to people that are straight. He never said any of that. He just made something funny for an episode, whether it was based on true story or not. At the end of the day, Tyler Perry has a reputation for decades of being a decent guy. Whether his sexual thing don't stop him from being a decent guy in public. His sexual whatever he wants to do, his sexual orientation, I'm trying to say, don't stop him from being a decent guy in public. And nobody has said that Tyler took advantage of me in all these years. Tyler got a reputation. Mr. Dick's on is some new guy on the scene. I can't say whether he gay or straight because I don't even know the dude.
Both of them got sketchy backgrounds.
I can say he's gay, except in them kind of text messages with no pushback. He absolutely gay.
That definitely leans toward gay. And that's my whole thing. At no point in time did Mr. Dick's on say this is a problem.
Or he is an op. Or he is an op playing a role to accomplish what he's been able to accomplish, and that is to ruin that man's reputation.
Yeah.
No, man, in the LGBT community, the men, the one thing that they want more than anything is for a man who's either pretending to be straight or was straight to come out in the open. That's what they want. And this is what this guy wants from Tyler. I want you to come out in the open and be mine in the public. That's what he wants.
Well,
and he ain't getting that.
People have their own things and own issues, whatever have you. Right? They have that, and I'm with Roger and a lot of people on the panel. Hey, look, hey, do your thing. Do your thing. It's the issue is when you're subjecting brothers, especially, to things that are unsubstantiated. You just throw it out there and want to stick and want the court of opinion, especially in this social media era, to go along with these allegations that aren't substantiated.
Now let me deal with this real quick. Shout out to What About SCI. Now, that's his name, y'all. What About SCI? This dude say ninjas will defend anything, even vouch for gay-ish, just as long as it's another ninja. Now, let me say how stupid this is. Now, I ain't saying he's stupid just because he's making stupid statements, but let's just talk about how stupid this is. So, I'm supposed to say, I'm not supposed to defend Tyler Perry as a person who's possibly innocent at all because some white man who's probably gay himself is making an accusation, because that's all you literally saying. It's just Tyler Perry against some guy who seems to be making moves like a gay man would. Because let's keep it real. What kind of man takes a vehicle off a straight man? What kind of man moves into some man's pool house? I mean, I would move into my dad's house if money that much of a problem. I would put to my mama.
Now, Roger, I think he's saying if it was Johnny Depp being accused of this, we would have a whole different feeling.
Well, I'm just saying this. It's only a white man and a black man there. So to go against the black man means he's automatically, like white supremacy has trained him to do, taking the white man's side.
I'm actually starting to lean to believing that guy ain't gay at all. Because I think a gay white guy is definitely gonna take some BBC, especially from a rich man, from a rich black man. I don't think he is gay. Have a point, I think that's why I think he is an op, just by the way he did. It was an agent just by the way he did things. He did the cat and mouse thing, but he never let him get close enough to actually get some dick on. It's starting to sound like to me this was just mostly an agent assignment.
In which I've been saying.
I don't know.
My point is this, y'all. No, because
he got his pants pulled down. It was close enough.
I'm gonna say this. My point is, it don't make no.
Sometimes she get close.
Well, I'm saying this, y'all. My point is, don't lose track of the information because somebody may or may not be gay. It doesn't actually matter to the story whether the man is gay or not. The man did not buck up on Tyler Perry saying, I don't want this type of attention. I don't want you behaving in these ways. The only time we hear about him protesting anything was the stuff he can't prove. Those the only protests we know ever went on. He protested Tyler putting his drawers down. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a straight man, in shape straight man, you ain't pulling my drawers down. I don't want you to. I don't want to. It's some stuff we just gotta be sensible about. The guy's an actor. He's in decent shape. How did another man pull his drawers down without his permission?
We ain't even gonna make it there.
If Tyler did pull his drawers down, he was definitely doing something to signal that it was okay for his drawers to get pulled down.
Now I'm just saying we just got to put some common sense into it. When the last time some man pulled your drawers down and you didn't want him to? Tell me that. Who got that story?
I ain't having it, man.
Yeah, that's what I want to say realistically. Who got the story about how their drawers got pulled down by a man and they didn't want them to?
That
means somebody's been too close. That means somebody got too close to the fire.
No, that I don't see how you even make it to that point, man. Unless he end up in a position where this dude has to take it from you.
All I'm saying is, I understand these are famous people. I understand Tyler's a billionaire. At the end of the day, when the last time your drawers got pulled down by some man that you didn't want him to do? They still real people at the end of the day, y'all.
Roger,
they still real people.
Roger, I won't even let my woman pull my boxers off, bro. I'll be like, hold on. I take my own boxers off. I pull your panties off. I'm just saying. you know. No.
I can hear a story and I can take it for what has presented as face value for purposes of the show, but there's still a part of me I just gotta also keep it real. Ain't no man ever pull my drawers down, and I ain't had a doctor do that.
Well, hey, look. Only one down when I was out.
Hey,
Go ahead.
GP, if I'm standing up and she not, then it's okay for her to pull them down.
All right. Hold on. Slow down right there, y'all. Slow down right there. Slow down, everybody. Chef Mike done came up, so we got to see if he come up here swinging or he just joining the conversation. He might just be joining. I'm hoping he's just joining.
Go ahead.
Chef Mike, you got the flow, brother.
Oh, Chef.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you happen to find yourself on this Melee Monday. What's going on, Roger? Gentlemen on the panel.
Peace.
How y'all doing this morning? Am I coming in clear?
Yes, sir. You are.
Loud and clear. I want to apologize for these brothers behaving the way they're doing.
Hey, we've been all right. Come on, man.
I think we good, man. I think we good. I hope we good.
Are we good or not, Chef? Go ahead.
So the reason I came up is because I think that there's a larger picture being missed, a larger point being missed. And I'm going to piggyback on Black Uru's opening point just a little bit in my opening statement. I want us to remember things like Tulsa, Oklahoma. I want us to remember folks like Michael Jackson. I want us to keep in mind brothers like Bill Cosby. The reason I want us to keep these things and these folks in mind is because when Black folks, made their own way and did not need white folks got involved, burned it down, i.e. Tulsa, Oklahoma. When Michael Jackson had the music industry on its knees, basically, and nobody could do anything about it, white folks got involved. When Bill Cosby wanted to purchase NBC, white folks got involved. Anytime Black folks have the opportunity or take the opportunity to create an avenue for themselves, white folks get involved to mess it up. What has Tyler Perry done? Tyler Perry is one of the largest reasons that Atlanta is the Hollywood of the South. And I want you all to let that sink in, because this is so far past anybody's sexual orientation. And I'm really upset that that's like the focus that you everybody's focusing on. This is so far past who's sleeping with who. This is folks saying stay in your place no matter how much money you have. And when you think your money can bring you out, we are going to do something to let you know this is our game and you are but a player. And I think that is absolutely what is going on right here. I think it is like Black Uru said earlier, Order 66 on black billionaires, because they have the ability to affect change. They have the ability to affect the status quo. And if anybody don't want the status quo affected, it's the people in charge. And with that, I'm going to land my plane.
I'm gonna say, well said, brother. Well said.
Well said.
You know,
Thanks, Chef.
and I do agree with that, y'all. I'm not saying I don't agree with this stuff, because I do, and I'm also saying I don't even buy the story. Now, you know, they did say there's holes in the story. I'm gonna say one of the biggest holes is that a grown man claimed another grown man pulled his drawers down, and it wasn't no problem. How you get your drawers pulled down and don't have to fight?
Stop
If you
it.
didn't
He
want this to
likes
happen.
it. He likes it.
Listen, man. You're supposed to get your drawers pulled down if you're standing in the man's house. He gave you a car, and he taking care of you, and he paying your salary. Yeah, you're supposed to get your drawers pulled out.
No, Kevin. No, Kevin, sir.
Tyler Perry basically
The
paid.
report does
Wait,
not
wait,
condone
you gotta earn your keep. You say you
I'm
gotta
sick
earn
of
your
this.
keep somehow.
I'm sick of this.
Express the Roger
Hey,
report does not
and here's the
condone
other thing, gentlemen. Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, gentlemen. There have been a ton of allegations, speculations about Tyler Perry since he's been on the scene.
Yes.
And that is what folks are actually banking on, counting on us to focus on and not see the bigger picture. Now they want you to focus on the fact that you know he made his billions on homoerotic Christian art. That's what they want you to focus on. They don't want you to focus on the fact that this is a black man who has made moves, who has an industry in his pocket and can effectively change the status quo. They want y'all focusing on whether or not he's splitting this little white boy. Come on, y'all.
Hey, I've been saying
Because
this.
watch this. What happens when it's you? What happens when it's you? And I'm gonna throw this out to you, Roger. What happens when it's you? Somebody, you done come up. The Roger Report Live is the show. I'm talking, we doing numbers. And somebody come up and lay the charge to you. What are we supposed to do?
We gonna say
Are we
Chef might
supposed
run
to
the show.
focus
Put it on him.
on whether or not, are we supposed to focus on whether or not you got your drawers pulled down, or should we see this as an attack on all of us because the Roger Report Live can effectively change the status quo? What you want us to focus on, Roger?
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Chef. I'm focusing on Roger pulling down somebody's drawers. That's the violation. It's just it's like, and it's I understand what y'all guys are saying, but everything, like I said, like it's not like how they did Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, the Smith guy. No, these niggas we talking about right now, are lacking dick discipline, and that's how they're getting caught up.
but
Tyler Perry,
Shark,
hopefully this didn't happen though.
Shark,
Hopefully
we
this didn't happen.
we can't just focus on the dick discipline because, as Roger said, that there's no information that leads to him not having dick discipline.
Yes, it is.
Okay, where?
He bought a grown ass man a car.
But he ended up in the bed with him. He didn't say the Whiskey Mike didn't say, yeah, he ran up in me.
No. Why else is a grown man buying the female
that is
car?
a question, but it's not. It is not the conversation about.
Let's be accurate for a second. Now we have some text messages. I don't know if they've been verified to be actually from Tyler Perry. We don't know that. This hasn't been subject to any subpoena, whatever. And other than that, we just have his accusation.
Right.
So we don't, even with respect to the car, to pulling his drawers down, this is all coming from him. This hasn't been verified by anybody. We have some unproven text messages, and we have his accusation. Period. That's all we have. So none of this is substantial enough to draw any. None of this is substantial enough to draw any conclusions on Tyler Perry's dick discipline. None whatsoever.
What was my opening statement? Me Too gone wild.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this too. He don't even have a friend to corroborate none of his story. He don't even have a friend to say, yeah, he been talking to me about it for months. He don't have nothing.
I think Chef wanted to say something. I think Chef wanted this.
Yeah, in all of this time, no one, in all of the time that Tyler Perry has been on the scene, no one has been able to actually prove or come out to prove whether or not Tyler Perry is a member of the Labiquita community. In all of this time, no one has been able to prove it. But now this little white guy comes in, and now we are effectively doing the work that has not been able to be done by laying this charge saying, yeah, he probably did it. He did it. No, nobody in all of this time has been able to prove Tyler Perry's sexuality. Why do we believe it now?
Hey, Chef.
Why do we not see the overall agenda now?
No, I don't think we don't believe it. I think we just going off of what the story says. But I'm not thinking any one of us is like, yeah, Tyler Perry raped this guy and all that. I mean, sorry, Roger, my bad.
And here's the next thing, Shark. Everything can't be whittled down to the lack of dick discipline.
Right.
That's a really shallow and base argument. I don't agree with it, and it doesn't open up enough investigation. Oh, he failed because he had bad dick discipline. Nah, that's too much of a blanket, too wide of a brushstroke to use in most situations. Because when you come down to it, I don't care what somebody does with their dick. I'm not the penis police. I'm not. You do what you want to do, and this is not about that.
Given the history of this country and the way it operates, black men do not want to position themselves to be justifying dick policing. This whole damn country for 400 years has been set up to indict and condemn our phallus. We don't want to be a part of that shit. We don't want to be a part of the witch hunting of dicks. That don't help.
It's
black
not.
men.
It's not dick. Y'all making it a minor thing. It's not dick policing. It's actually letting your real brain think for you, not your penis think for you. Your brain think for you.
Okay,
I
so
don't care who
Shark,
you
let
have
me
sex
ask you this
with.
question, brother.
You let your brain do the thinking. If
Let me
Shannon
ask
Sharp
you
would
this
have let his
question.
brain think, he would have left that girl alone for not
No,
signing the NDA.
look, Shark. Let me ask you this question: Is it true, or is it the fact when a woman says no, we are supposed to stop, and when do we stop? We stop, right? Wouldn't that be dick discipline?
Say it again.
If you're with a woman, you go out with a woman, and you have a night out, and then you invite her back to your place, and you decide to have a nightcap, and then you get ready to touch that thing, and she says no, and he stops and doesn't do it. Is that dick discipline?
Yes.
All right.
And it's thinking with his head. It's not even it's thinking with your head, which is big discipline.
If that's the case, then in this same situation, the dude might have said no. And Tyler didn't say, just stop. If this was the case.
Even though we have no record of him even saying no.
Right.
Yeah,
Even though we have nothing, he stopped because Whiskey Mike is not saying that Tyler took it from me. So
No,
he
but-
had dick discipline.
But if, like Roger asked, did these two things happen in the same night?
But no. I'm addressing the point about dick discipline because you say that he didn't have dick discipline. What I'm saying is, even if Tyler was drunk or whatever, Whiskey Mike is not saying that he took it from me.
No, he's saying that Tyler Perry tried to pull my pants down.
But
then he's saying Tyler Perry jumped in the bed with his butt ass naked.
No, right? He said no, and Tyler stopped.
No. To be accurate, he did say Tyler pulled his pants down, but then he gave a protest, but he didn't say that Tyler took it, even though the man protested. That was never said.
Look, you have women who will play the role, who will say, "Oh, stop that," and then she'll then you do it, and then she tell, "I wanted you to." You just had that.
And that's what I'm saying. That gets you in trouble still. Though.
Okay, but my point is,
yes.
Okay, but my point is, Tyler had stopped. He stopped because Whiskey Mike is not saying that Tyler took it from me.
Yeah, I know. I could agree
That's
with
the
you.
point.
But the second time when he jumped in the bed with him butt naked.
I
got a question.
Now you see what I'm saying? Now you chasing it, Tyler. He already told you no. Leave him alone. Get your car back and kick him out the house.
These are accusations, though. First, second time, it goes back to Roger's question. When did all this happen? Because people like to say stuff.
But even that, the whole pulling pants. See, again, none of this has been subject to any sort of discovery. No kind of what you call it, interrogation. These are just accusations taken totally out of context of everything else that might have happened leading up to, before, and after that point things were said, etc. So you can be made the villain by doing very innocent shit if the only thing that happens is that particular thing is presented without anything else presented about that circumstance. So I mean, just simply saying that because of these events, alleged that they are, because again they're unproven, but even if they have happened without any kind of interrogation, any kind of discovery, any kind of proof of all of what went down around it, it don't really mean anything.
Yeah, because we can't prove it. So it's just like the detriment. And that's why I think Tyler Perry should have his ass outside right now talking about, yo, I'm going to sue this guy for lying.
Well,
now I'm gonna also say this. The guy appeared in what they say. I think they say 86. It was 85 at least episodes of The Oval or whatever he was doing. But Tyler Perry, the guy works in television. You don't have nothing. I mean, you don't have a recording of Tyler messing with you or getting close to you or something. You don't have nothing. I mean, nothing at all. You don't even have the guy you was talking to while all this stuff was going on, and this was like your best friend that you confess. You don't have nothing.
Right.
That's a good point, Roger.
Everybody records everything today.
And I'm supposed to believe this white man who's in Hollywood, where you can give them any name you want to call, want to be called, and I'm supposed to believe Mr. Dick's own somehow don't want no dick attention.
But Roger, that's why I'm with the white thing. I wouldn't even say a white man. If it was a Chinese man and a black man, like Uru said, if it ain't no proof, it ain't no proof.
Yeah, and it's reputation versus reputation. Yeah. Tyler Perry been out here for decades. This dude ain't even out here unless Tyler puts him on.
Well, I think we're speaking more towards the allegation, and when it comes to historically speaking, brothers. This whole thing is to where I've been saying since I came on to this broadcast, the Roger Report. Shout out to the Roger Report. I've been saying this off top that this has been a setup. This is a setup, man.
No, I rock with you. You being very consistent on that, and I'm saying even if it wasn't a setup, man, it just looked like the white man who's probably entitled. Why? Because he lives in this white supremacist country with this stupid idea about how whites are superior, even though we don't see any proof of it. Right. This man simply felt entitled, and now he just want a bunch of money out of Tyler. Why? Because Tyler a nigga and Tyler got it. And then the people who want bigger things to happen, they will aid and assist him because he's a white man.
Wait, but Roger and Gold P, I don't think it's a setup because...
And that's what makes the setup so easy.
Well, if it was...
That's what makes the setup so easy.
I think if it was a setup, he would have been came out and said, nah, this ain't going down. This ain't right. I ain't do this. Because this interview was months old. This ain't
Shark.
This Saturday.
Look, Tyler, hold on. Let me speak now.
Go ahead.
Tyler Perry is a billionaire. He's got all these projects and all these relationships. The last thing he's probably got attorneys he's paying $2,500 an hour. The last thing an attorney would want him to do is publicly speak on this shit. That's the last thing they will want him to do.
All right, I could dig that.
Right? Hey, look, man.
Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Right?
Court of law. You right? I got you.
Look, man. This whole thing, I keep running on reiterating the fact that this is coming out of the playbook, historically speaking, when it comes to brothers. Now, I don't care about what Tyler Perry's orientation is, his preference is. That's his preference, right? That's how I get down. But when we talk about from top to bottom what has happened to brothers, look, this is what's happened. Look, Tupac, what
you got a pause on the top to bottom.
Yeah, top to bottom. That's what I was laughing at.
Look, man. Y'all, man.
From left to right. Say from left to right.
Okay, man.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Anyway, you get what I'm saying, man. You know, there's and take like to Shell's point, the average person. We don't have access to, you know, certain resources like Tyler Perry or Robert Smith or anything. The average person gets accused of many things, and we don't have, being that we don't have these resources, access to these resources, we get convicted far faster than these guys up top who have access to these kind of resources. This is why we're having this conversation.
Well, my thing is not even just getting resources out of them, but that is part of the equation, because obviously in America, no black man is supposed to die a billionaire. And I'm going to say that. If you start looking at the people involved and the numbers attached to these people, obviously America has an agenda that no black man will die a billionaire, period. You know, I'm not saying they're going to be able to stop us, but it's clear.
There's one caveat. There's one caveat to that, Roger. Unless he is under he's subordinate to an even more powerful white man. If he's subordinate to a more powerful white man, Jimmy Iovine, Dr. Dre, for example, then they'll let him ride.
I mean, this is crazy talk, because I mean, you guys don't know how dangerous what you're saying, how dangerous it sounds what you're saying. Like, this conspiracy of black people can't be above such and such if a white person won't let them. This is not a setup.
No, that ain't what we saying. I said the country, not a white person or individual.
But it was said that this was a setup. It was implicitly said that this was a setup.
I said it was a setup. That is.
Right, so
I believe. Yes, I believe it was a setup.
Oh, okay. So
I definitely believe it was a setup.
Let me finish. So, but when we're saying stuff like that, this is crazy talk. Because of Me Too, it is super easy to get a wealthy person caught up. Mm-hmm. You don't need proof. You don't need proof. And so when it comes to this guy, right? Like, when I'm hearing he says, well, he brought him a car, he spent the night. So that entitles Tyler Perry to his cheeks, which is crazy talk, right? Tyler Perry was tricking off on a man that didn't want to get his cheeks split by
No,
Tyler Perry.
but
And
we're not saying he's entitled to the cheeks. Ain't nobody saying he's entitled.
I said that.
no, because when you said you know what it is, and Black Guru definitely said if you spend the night, you're giving up those cheeks. He definitely said that.
As a joke.
Okay, fine. But at the end of the day, gentlemen, this is just a very simple Me Too move.
Okay,
I'm
how
not
does Me
getting
Too work?
I'm not getting picked up by anybody else. I'm a white man stuck in the chitlin circuit. So let me expand the Me Too to the LGBT world and just get
How
this
does Me
nigga
Too
caught
work?
up.
How does Me Too work?
Just say
Me Too
somebody
work.
did
You
something
just
to you.
say somebody did something to you with no proof.
Okay, so if
That's
that's
how it works.
Yeah,
so if that's the case, if you
hold
say,
on, because I think it's just as dangerous to say it the way he just said it, as if it was being promoted that way. I think the major issue is you do need proof, and that's why I'm taking the issue, because I noticed there's no proof that has been offered. All we got is this one guy who can't even say I talked about it with a friend.
Shannon Sharp came out of pocket with no proof. Bill Cosby went to jail with no proof.
No proof.
Which means we should be taking the issue that proof needs to be in it. That's exactly why we should be taking the issue with this.
That's what I'm saying. In this case, it just, hey, I'm stuck in a chitlin circuit. Nobody's picking me up. And on top of that, I share with you this show I'm working on. And then when I shared it with you, now you got all the rights to it. So hey, I'm not gonna take this L like this.
I think he a bad businessman. What you saying?
Well, I'm just saying. You know me. I ain't gonna take all these L's with nothing.
Look, buttholes. I said. I mean, what's his title? This time, But look, buttholes. If you and the wifey are headed to the bank, and somebody accuses you of robbing the bank, right? Somebody accuses you of robbing the bank. Now, historically speaking, somebody says, "Well, I seen so and so 2 years ago rob the bank, and a few years before that rob the bank." Well, why wouldn't you be one who would do the same thing? Yeah, we're gonna just throw it out there that you and your wife is going to rob the bank.
No, I can agree, but that's where men period dropped the ball. We were supposed to fight that Me Too thing a lot harder.
That's exactly what we're saying.
And I'm saying you can't. Where we're standing is this is a historical thing when people lay out allegations, especially when it comes to a brother. People, so it can't be a thing where you say, "Well, this mindset that we're saying." People saying these things is dangerous.
What I'm saying is the Me Too fight ain't over until it's over. And at the end of the day, there is nowhere in the world I'm gonna let somebody do me this dirty and they ain't got no proof. Lives will be at stake. And real talk. Let somebody get me trumped up on something for this type of stuff.
I thought it
the
was
white boys saying the same thing.
I thought it was interesting that buttholes appeared to present a dichotomy between Me Too and conspiracy, and because it's always been my view that the whole Me Too thing was conspiratory. That's why I said earlier I view it to be an Order 66, and Me Too was the tool to execute it. I think what happened to Deshaun Watson, 1 minute he's a superstar football player, right, in Texas, and they destroy the team. He gets upset and decides he wants to leave. Prior to that, he had a sterling reputation and image. You all remember? Did we hear anything negative about Deshaun Watson? And then the moment he decides to not play for Texas anymore, They started bringing hoes all across the damn
Yeah.
known multiverse,
Right.
accusing them of
So,
stuff. So
so
to me, Me Too. Let me finish. To me, Me Too has always been conspiratory. It's always been a part of, okay, when this motherfucker get out of line, we gonna get him with these hoes. When this motherfucker get out of line, we gonna get him with these hoes. In some cases, sometimes the hoes are gonna have dicks. Maybe that's the case with what's going on with Tyler Perry. But to me, it's always been conspiratory.
Yeah, it's the setup.
Yeah,
Man.
and I gotta say real quick. Let me say this, and then buttholes guy. Let me just say real quick. See, somebody asked me to do a story on Deshaun Watson, and I did that story on Deshaun Watson, and I looked for all the problematic stuff about Deshaun Watson and couldn't find nothing. Literally, I couldn't find nothing that was a problem except some random hoes coming up with these random accusations, and nobody had proof. And even though people were saying I was doing this in my own business, cameras wasn't working or didn't have cameras, but you a massage therapist and you work on your own. Now, I'm not born yesterday. Anybody living in today's time, if you a female massage therapist and you got your own business, but you ain't got no cameras, like nothing. Now, I don't know what the law will allow you to record, but come on.
How much of a farce the Deshaun Watson thing was. Let me emphasize how much of a farce the Deshaun Watson thing was.
This is insane.
So, like, close to 60 different women supposedly accused him of something. 3 times by 3 different Texas district attorneys tried to bring criminal indictments against him. All 3 were rejected. A black man in Texas accused of raping dozens of women and cannot even get an indictment? You know that was some bullshit.
So when I'm saying about being conspiratorial, I wasn't making a logical link between being conspiratorial and Me Too movement. What I was saying being conspiratorial is the idea or the notion that black men who are successful somehow there's this boogeyman going around trying to destroy their wealth before they die and for them to die before. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying was conspiratorial. But what I'm saying here with the Me Too movement, now if you want to say Me Too movement is conspiratorial, I'm not gonna whatever, because that's not really my point. My point is that Me Too, which is relatively new, that doesn't discriminate against creed, color, or gender, is what is allowing this environment to exist today. And I'm saying that this case is much more a victim of the Me Too movement than the hidden white hand trying to take away Tyler Perry wealth because he's a black man, and black men are not supposed to die with money.
No, I think you diminished that.
I think both can be true at the same time.
No, because if that was the case, then Michael Jackson, the greatest person ever, wouldn't have been put in the position that he's put in, room 16 right now, because of his power. When he bought the Beatles and became a powerhouse in Sony, that was a problem.
Well, he bought half of Sony. That was the problem.
That was the problem.
We're conflating. We're conflating.
That's not conflation.
I'm not.
No, sir.
I'm not. We're conflating because I'm not talking about acquisitions and mergers. I'm just saying that you're not supposed to have money and die broke if you're a black man.
No. I know nobody's saying that you can get them to die broke, but I did say there seems to be an issue with a black man being able to die a billionaire, because the billionaires or close to billionaires I know of is Robert Smith, who got dealt with the whole audit thing, whatever the case is. I know Bill Cosby, who they just fallaciously did something on him and ended up having to let him go after the fact. Diddy recently sentenced. Who else? I mean, ain't that many black billionaires out here?
Well,
they came after Jay-Z.
Kanye went from being worth $4 billion to a few $100
No,
million
but
in like a
Kanye
weekend.
antagonized the wrong group.
No.
Kanye
My
antagonized that doesn't count.
my point is, if you get toward that billionaire range as a black man, you got to expect something coming at you.
Yeah.
No, because look at it. Robert
Not
Smith
only
is
that,
fine.
not only
David
that,
Stewart
right?
is fine.
If you,
Jay-Z is fine.
They came after
Kanye
Jay-Z
antagonized
now.
the wrong.
but now,
Kanye attacked the wrong
What did I
piece.
say before? As long as you are up under the right white men,
white
Jay-Z,
man,
Robert Kraft, that whole thing, as long as you're under the right white men, you're fine.
Yeah, I agree with you,
and
Leroy.
what did I say? When you have the ability to effect the status quo, you're going to be a problem.
Right.
Yeah. And Tyler, as far as we know, his main issue is he ain't out here borrowing money, making him subject to other people's whims.
Yeah, he don't have.
Tyler keep doing everything himself. He keep putting his own money
Tyler
up.
Perry, if you look at everything Tyler Perry is right now, he is effectively his own Hollywood. He is effectively his own Hollywood.
And
I mean, you
and that's
got
one of the
from
things that makes
everything from the
Atlanta
directing
the
to the
Hollywood.
producing to the distribution to how films are made, he's effectively his own Hollywood.
When he did that, when he got that studio and was already in the game deep, he became an issue for those who were jealous of him. And he being a brother at the top, it's a problem. And let me say this real quick. Let me say this for Roger. For those of you in the chat, please be mindful of your full caps. Do not put full caps in the chat.
This is insane.
And no, hold on now. Let me say this too, because Tyler starts affecting stuff. Now, I just seen a clip today because I was looking for where black women were defending Tyler Perry. I didn't find nothing, but I started looking for this stuff. But I did see a clip of Taraji P. Henson saying that, Tyler done did this, and that for me. And when I quoted him something, he paid me double what I was quoted. So, see, he's going to have an effect on other actors' salaries. Because when they can go somewhere and say, yeah, I made this much my last film, that changes the negotiating room they got. So he's making changes as a self-sustained, not him as an individual, but his company. He making stuff happen for other people that will affect other folks' companies later.
Wait, can I say something?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's not powerful, and I'm not saying he's non-threatening. Not saying that. But what I'm saying in this instance, in this case, to me, the evidence lines up as a Me Too situation, as opposed to a Bill Cosby situation.
I can agree with what Buttholes is saying, because at the end of the day, when you look at Tyler Perry's like his work, it doesn't put black people in the best light. So why would the white man want to shut that down in the first place? We got a black man making black people look even worse than we do. We make them look in our movies. Let them rock.
You gotta look at it from. But first of all his work has not been of that quality. He's done some high quality work as well. He did that bio featuring those black female World War II women. That was an excellent production. I think what's her name won a Golden Globe or something for that. Kerry Washington. So he has done some good work too. Now, these are usually projects that he ain't in a damn dress and all that kind of shit. And so there's been a gradual uptick in the quality of his work, which is at some point going to make him a major competitor with them on all levels. And Taraji said something very important. Roger hinted at it. She said that she got paid more money from Tyler Perry than anybody else. Now, that was a slap in the face of all those white producers and all those projects that she's done. I think she got $11,000 for that Benjamin Buttons movie, some crazy like that. She ended up getting Oscar nomination for that. So they look at stuff like that, man. That's metric stuff to them.
Yeah, you
That
remember
that's a
Mr.
threat
Rogers
to
came
them.
out with
That's how
Oprah.
they analyze that kind of shit.
Yeah,
I think we're severely overinflating what and who Tyler Perry movies are. I think Shark Sims is right on the money. If you look at it as an aggregate, 80% of what Tyler Perry produces is minstrel show. It's a minstrel show. And his last movie, Roof and Boaz,
And it makes a lot of money, and it's very
minstrel.
it makes a lot of money.
I mean,
It makes a lot of money. It makes a lot of ad money. It makes a lot of money.
I wasn't
Drug
finished.
dealers make a lot of money too.
I wasn't finished. So it's a minstrel show. The Medea crap, the Boaz crap, all and like 90% of his stuff is crap. Right? No offense to him, because at the end of the day,
90% of what comes out of Hollywood entirely is crap.
So, but the point.
Look at the bullshit that's on TV. Look at the bullshit that's on cable.
Black Guru, I listened to you. I didn't cut you off. So the point of the matter is, you're severely overinflating his pieces of work. 100 years from now, we're not going to be looking at him, calling him the next Langston Hughes, like the revolution of black.
If the motherfucker is worth
not.
$100 billion or $200 billion, we'll be talking about it.
I want to get in after this.
Which he's on that track.
We'll talk about his business acumen, but not the quality of his work.
All right. This what's gonna happen, y'all. This what's gonna happen, because I just heard him say I want to get in. We're gonna give it to Chef Mike. We at the 3-hour mark. We about to close it down. So Chef gonna get almost the last word. I'm gonna say a little something after Chef get done, and that's gonna be a wrap. Chef, you got
all right. Oh, okay, cool. Listen, I agree with Buttholes when he says that in 100 years we won't remember Tyler Perry for his body of work, all of the Medea plays and movies and things. You're right. But in 100 years, what we will remember Tyler Perry for is making Atlanta the Hollywood of the South.
Sure.
We will remember him for his impact on the industry, on the economy. We will remember him for his impact in the job market, in the creative spaces. We will remember him for who he does leave his money to when he does leave it to, because we may not know everybody that he leaves his money to, but I guarantee you someone he will leave some money to will do something productive, will do something that is life-changing, and that does make a difference. And that is the fear. That has always been the fear. That will always be the fear. Let's not ever lose sight of that, gentlemen. It's been a great show. Thank you for having me up, Roger. And I look forward to listening to the rest of y'all's closing statement.
Oh, I ain't say they was getting no closing statements. I ain't say all that, bro. I said you was it.
Roger, come on, man. Yeah, we need closing statements. We need closing statements. Man.
Do we really? Do we really?
You heard Chef,
Yes.
man.
Lord have mercy.
You heard Chef Roger. We need closing.
Hey, now y'all ain't gonna put me in that position. Y'all ain't gonna put me in that position. Roger, go ahead and do what you said.
30 seconds.
Forget these ninjas, man.
Okay, you know what? This how I'm gonna play it. Because Chef ain't my boss. I listen to Chef. Chef is a very wise man. I listen to a lot of what Chef say, but he ain't. Chef don't run me. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let Buttholes get a closing statement. And I'm gonna let Black Rule get a closing statement because they got privilege. And the rest of y'all, we going to Bible study. Y'all know what it is.
It's like that, Roger.
Yeah, it's like that. It's definitely like that. No, I want you first. I want you first.
He gonna cut me off. He always cutting me off. So let him go before he cut me off. Let the man go first.
I don't think that's why you want him to go first, but okay.
I think we should ask Chef. He's the boss here.
Chef, you got some soup? Because I think I got.
Hey, man. So for Gold P, yeah. You know what? It's a shame to get to the 99th hour and
right?
get your suit up. Come on, man.
I'm sorry, Chef.
Come on, man.
Acknowledging your
Come
position.
on, man.
Chef, I just need to.
And
Are
look,
you officially giving him the suit?
Come on, Chef.
no,
As of
no, but
oh,
it would be
okay.
totally. I would be well within the rights to do it because you know what? Only
Come
because
on.
you're getting ready to close.
Come
Only
on,
because
man.
you're getting ready to close and we getting ready to go into Bible study.
I
But if he
appreciate
say
you.
one more word, Roger, if he say one more word, Roger,
That's
other
all I'm
than
saying.
like,
I'm going to
share,
mute
and
right
subscribe, that's
Thank you,
it.
Chef. You know, we gonna go to
you
Bible
got
study.
the
I'm gonna
floor.
find out about the procedures of me ordering soup for some niggas around this part. That's all. You done gave me an idea. Now I got to figure out how I can order some soup. Well, we'll deal with that off there.
No, Black Guru will do it because he gonna cut me off. So Black Guru, you go ahead.
Not the reason I think you really saying that, but Black Guru, any last words on this particular episode?
Well, I mean, on the subject, I mean, I'll say what I said earlier. There's no proof at all that Tyler Perry has done anything wrong at all. This thing is totally unjustified. I definitely believe in conspiracy theories to destroy and interrupt the progression of Black men, especially successful, powerful, culturally influential Black men. I think especially the last 40 years. Somebody mentioned the late, great Michael Jackson. In a way, maybe you could kind of say he was kind of the first of this particular form of witch hunting, where you have someone, I mean, there was a time when Michael Jackson was like the most popular human being on earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
He buys the Beatles catalog and a lot of other. And by the way, in some instances, if I recall correctly, Mike gave back rights to some of that music because a lot of that music was music that was created by Black musicians in the 50s and the 60s, and it had been essentially stolen from them. And Mike gave back some of the rights to that music to the families of the Black families of those creators and the entertainers themselves. I think he gave back Little Richard's stuff. I think he gave that back to him. So they see that, man. That means something to them. It means something to them when Prince reclaims the right to 1999, for example, or Purple Rain. This nigga, this is chess. This ain't checkers. Of course, this shit is conspiratory. Of course, it's conspiratory when you have a Black man who has his own studio, who has dozens of movies and television programs on regular TV, on cable, on streaming services, employing thousands of people, of actors, writers, associate producers, best boys, and cameramen and women and whatever. Of course they look at that shit, man. This is America, nigga. This ain't no joke. Of course they supposed to keep you under their thumb. So of course when you get to a certain level of influence, before they took down Shannon Sharp, he was supposed to do some 9-figure deal. Don't y'all remember that? Didn't y'all remember hearing about that?
Mm-hmm.
Right before he did the deal, this little hoe came out of nowhere. Right before he did the deal. The ratings on ESPN were higher than they ever were quadrupling and quintupling this shit when he was on there. Right? But it's not a conspiracy, right? It's not a conspiracy when Michael Jackson owns Sony, owns the Beatles, owns all those great hits from the 50s and 60s and 70s. And then they all get together and conspire against him, and he can't get money, and he's got to do a concert, and he ended up taking drugs and all this shit to try to perform. He hated doing that concert. He didn't want to do it. There are videos of him. He didn't want to do that concert. He knew it was killing him. That's why he was taking drugs and shit. But it's not a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy right after Robert Smith pays off tens of millions of dollars in student loan debt to those brothers down there at a black man college. Right after that, he's audited right in the midst of him doing a multi-billion-dollar investment deal. That's not a conspiracy, though, right? It's not a conspiracy that they took Bill Cosby. If you're old enough, you remember Bill Cosby was America's dad, right? The most admired man in the country, right? Don't y'all remember that? Mm-hmm. Don't you remember that about Bill Cosby? But that's not a conspiracy.
Yeah, so, not Black America's dad, America's dad.
I don't know what to tell y'all. R. Kelly wrote music for Michael Jackson, for Celine Dion. He all over the damn music catalog the last 35 years, right? Mm-hmm. His music is all over the place. R. Kelly's music is all over Hollywood, in movies, everything. But it's not a conspiracy, right? So look, believe what you want to believe. Believe everything is safe and everything is good and all that. Believe America. Believe this bullshit if you want to believe it. But I believe the dozens and hundreds of burned down towns and flooded towns and railroads ran through black towns and Central Park used to be 2 black communities and the Pentagon used to be a black community. That's what I believe. I believe all these damn interstate highways that have been run all through successful black towns in the history of this country and railroads and shit. That's what I believe. You goddamn right it's a fucking conspiracy to take out Tyler Perry. Of course it is. And I don't give a damn what his sexuality is.
Now, I did say you could go after. You want to go after that? You want to follow that?
Absolutely.
Of course you would. Go ahead, buttholes.
So Shark Sims, real quick. Shark Sims, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Remember when these niggas said about, remember we had that conversation about the white man or the black man who's superior?
Yeah.
Isn't this a bitch right now?
Nigga, that nigga sound real superior right now.
You feel me? Man, I wish we had that. We need a round 2 because I would throw all this shit in all y'all faces. So first and foremost, listen. Nobody is sitting here saying that the white supremacy agenda against black people is real. Nobody is saying that. But what breaks my heart and what ails me to the deepest core is when you're having old niggas up here talking about you can't do. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Like the boogeyman in your closet. Stop it. At the end of the day, we know a couple things. Me Too made it very easy to accuse men of sexual deviancy without any evidence and to lose deals. So for every black person you have named, Shannon Sharp, Tyler Perry, there's also white men who have lost deals, lost jobs, such as Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp lost his whole entire career over this. Johnny Depp is not black, right? So when we want to talk about these things, we need to put things in their proper places, because otherwise we just look like scared people afraid of the white man. And that's craziness. And I land my plane there. I don't need to go 10 minutes. So, yes, I understand there's white supremacy. But you know what? It's just not here.
Okay, now I'm going to get the last word because it's my show. Now I'm going to say this. Nobody argued that the white man could stop us. The point was they were making an attempt to. That's 2 totally different things. Nobody said the white man gonna do this and gonna do this. The point is they are still attempting to, And this Tyler Perry shakedown, as far as I can tell, is just another attempt. I am not saying Tyler Perry did anything wrong. What I am saying is, ain't no grown man ever pulled my drawers down without my permission. I am saying that. And I ain't never met a man who went through something like that. This man is telling me that something I can't even tell any able-bodied able-bodied person has that this has ever happened to them. I have no idea of any man who had his drawers pulled off by another man and he didn't want that to happen. Just don't know it, ain't never heard of it, and I ain't about to believe that it happened to Mr. Dick's Own as the first guy. I don't believe he the first. It just is what it is. This is an attempt to shake Tyler Perry down 9 times out of 10. Did he play some cat and mouse? Probably. But again, I didn't hear what the man said no. Now, I do understand one thing about sexual issues. There must be a no before anything else gonna matter. And the man didn't give a no. So since I ain't got no, he got all this stuff on record, but he ain't got no no's on record. I ain't buying into nothing what he talking about. He ain't got one no on record. So screw dude. More than likely he just lying. And why he want 260 million? Because he wants to be a powerful white man, because obviously he ain't got the chops or what it takes to be one on his own. He ain't no Tyler Perry, and it bothers him. He bought into white supremacy, but he bowing down to Tyler Perry. That's his personal issue 9 times out of 10. And I'm going to leave it right there. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Told you be good over here at the Roger Report Live. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you get a chance, do the hype me up thing, whatever that is. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. We do this 9 a.m. Chicago time. Chicago time. Even if you close by Chicago, it ain't your time. It's Chicago time. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Long live the habitual line steppers. I'm Roger. I'm right. And I'm out.